welcome back to Metrunner Grid. My name is Andre. How's it going? The garbage collectors just came and took my garbage away. That's a good allegory for the stream, isn't it? How's everyone doing? It's February 18th. My name is Andre. Hopefully you're doing well, taking care of yourself. It's got really cold in a lot of places where it's not meant to be cold. Hopefully you're doing all right. If you're in that circumstance, I reckon it's really rough out there. How's everyone doing? Eons. Hey! Welcome. Shot, what up? Poor easy Mark guy. Every week he's about to get jumped by some cyber dudes. My headcanon, his name is actually Mark. I can say with 100% certainty his name is actually, it is Mark. Shouldn't be surprised. And yes, he is easy. Yo, Jazz, Baza, what's up? How's it going? Happy Friday. I'm really guilty about this. I have a new splash screen that I have been supposedly working on for a year now, and it kicks ass. I gotta get that up soon. I really do. It's really cool. You'll like it, I hope. Yo, McCray, how's it going? Just finished watching the 2020 Worlds VODs. Great job. Thank you. Cheers. Yo, that stuff was actually really good. I get so jazzed to be involved in doing commentary and doing online Netrunner stuff, organized play. But then there's like this next level of jazzed when the content is good. It's really good. Like, they were good, exciting games. I don't know. You just can't ask for more than that. Show the splash screen? No, push the button. It's not exist. I have to. I'm working on it. It's good though. It's good. I hope it's good. No, there's no button. I can't push it. Yo, Clacots, how's it going? How you doing? Solomon, what up? Hey, Andre, your stream last week got me a bit hooked on Vault of the Void. Yo, how's that been going for you? Honestly, my favorite thing about Vault of the Void last week, I played so embarrassingly bad. It hurts. But more important, finding out that Ben Nee was doing Vault of the Void content. This is a big deal. I got some stuff to watch. Let's go. I guess Stargate's pretty good. McCray, yeah, Stargate turns out it's pretty good. Now, don't worry, we're in a world of medium and indexing, so Stargate's okay. But yeah, Stargate's pretty good. The button's a lot. You know, there's no button. We have to build it. It's going to take a minute. It'll take a bit. We're also on week 2 of having the 2 chats merged. I hope you like the robots peeking into your port of the world so you can meet everybody. Hopefully that's okay. Also, the feedback. We got a lot of nice feedback. I'm going to respond to comments after the stream ends about the play by play that we did. It's a series I definitely want to keep doing. It'll probably be even more relevant once new stuff comes out for the new player experience. So if you do have a VOD, a replay from JNet, and I'm aware that this can be very daunting and you have to be very brave to do this, but you'll be a hero and everybody will love you. If you're brave enough to put forward your commentary or your replay for some commentary, it would be very much appreciated. You can email that to metroballgrid@gmail.com, the name of the show. And we can do that. We probably won't be doing more of that on stream. We'll do that at a different section, but huge shout outs to anybody who submits something. That's really cool. I'm still figuring out how to manage Soul Tithe builds. I did the one Soul Tithe character, the second one, and I found that one to be very hard. And then I did the first one and I found success with that one. But the one that was like more about Soul Tithing was actually like really difficult. I also picked up a couple of other roguelike deck builders since they were on sale. Yo, I pick up a lot of those, and like I never find ones that are that good. There's a lot that are imitations that I feel like miss the mark entirely, and maybe I'm talking mostly about Android, because a lot of the mobile ones are shit. We like Netrunner, of course. We like robots peeking into parts of the world. We have a post-it note that says button next to the one that says #awesome. It's a start. I don't know what that means. Yo, Kat, what's up? What are we playing tonight? We're starting with the deck list of the week, and then we're going to be playing some prepaid decks while that's still legal, because we haven't touched prepaid VoicePAD at all. I reckon we're going to play Criminal, and we're going to try derezing some stuff. Either that or we're going to cut that package out of the deck once we understand it's 49 cards and 2 bloated. But that's the idea. How are you doing? Also, speaking of the merge chats, I found that merging great for when catching up on streams on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is really good because you can watch it with the chat live, and then you see all the commentary from Twitch, which classically Twitch is a bit more active because it's more of a social platform to some extent. Have you seen the awesome new alts? No, John. What are you talking about? I'm excited. Oh, do you mean like the Nisei stuff that they posted like 2 weeks ago? Because I have seen that. But if there's something else I'm missing, sign me up. Yo, Marco J, how's it going? Sorry about the train. Got a lot of press on Twitter today. No. Whoa, John, what are you talking about? Where are we going? Twitter, Netrunner, alt arts. Here we go. It's not working. Oh, Cat has new arts on Jane, uploaded on JNet? Fuck off. Kisser, what you got? What's Kisser's Twitter? Stupid train. Kisser won? Shit, we have to try all the numbers now? Someone help me out. Oh Lord, I woke up today to Calvin Wong talking to my former boss about me on Twitter. I saw that was it Calvin Wong who did the how to start Twitter Nisei project. Scroll down on that Twitter thread. Okay, we'll find it. I saw this Twitter thread and it's like, here, let me move myself. It's a how to like get into JNet by Calvin Wong. Calvin Wong is what like a person in board gaming, right? Wasn't Crazy Rich Asians? Okay. Fiction games, board game prices, board game atlas, PC gamer. Hell yeah. Okay, let's show this thread. I don't know how Twitter works. I'm an old man. Oh, here we go. All right. Showing the alt arts. I haven't seen the Kongamata before. That's sick. I have Amakuas. I love them. Gabalis are really nice. I don't know if I've seen those before. I have Labor Rights. Fantastic card. The alt art I like a lot. I think it's actually even signed. I think Mike signed mine. I'm pretty sure he did. And I haven't seen that hippo in a while. These are good. He's the awkward cousin in Crazy Rich Asians. I haven't actually seen that. I know people like it. Is there more? Am I missing stuff? By the way, Kizra sells their stuff on Make Playing Cards. So when the new Nisei stuff comes out and you're buying stuff on the internet on Make Playing Cards, only works. You can't do this on drive-through. Drive-through, by the way, works better for Nisei. They make more money off of it. But Make Playing Cards, Cat Store is here. So go ahead and add that into your order. Save on shipping. Get a bunch for your community to be fun. What more could you possibly want? No, that's sick. That's really, really good. That's huge. Big fan of it. This is Freedom, right? I'm gonna silence my phone. Is that Freedom? That must be Freedom. How do I enhance? Make Playing Cards' website is not great. I actually have to use my Twitter now? Wait, what? What do you mean? Oh, thanks for shout out. No, of course, my pleasure. These are really nice. The Kongamatas are great. The Data Raven's really good too. In fact, they're all really good. Anyways, you can hit that up. There's a lot of people that make content on Make Playing Cards. You can find it. We were talking a bit. Alexis also has card arts that you can find here. If you just search Netrunner in here, you'll get a lot of stuff. There's a lot of people that have that. Anywho, that's fantastic. Oh my god, that's amazing. Whose Ngolo is this? That is really fun. That is really, really fun. Anyways, if you search Netrunner, you can find a lot of stuff. There's a lot of people out there. Oh, these are lovely. These are Virus Friends ones. Those are really, really good. It was nice that Cash came back for a bit. Plongi should be around for a long time too. Imp too, hopefully. These are Alexis's, right? Yeah, this is Alexis's. The stuff's really good too. There's a lot. Anyways, you'll find it. Add this stuff to your cart. You can do a lot of good stuff if you buying cards on Make Playing Cards. Drive-Thru has other stuff. Maybe buy some Doomtown cards or like Vampire Eternal Struggle. I don't know. You'll figure it out. That's awesome. All right. Super cool. We're starting today with this. I love that Ngolo. It's a really fun Ngolo. There's some really, really funny, goofy stuff. I think Make Playing Cards also has all the, or maybe not, but the like the Goose Game stuff. I think there's a diversion of funds with Goose on it, or Economic Warfare with Goose on it. Anywho, this is the deck list of the week. This is Diogenes, who plays for my meta. One of these days I want to relearn Doomtown. Oh man, Doomtown's great. It's really good. This actually just came in just recently. Phil, what up? Ken, what up? Get goofed. Goose duped. I get it now. All right, so this is a list. Let's talk about this list. This is a Weyland Consortium Building a Better World list. So I'm going to talk about this deck as if we're talking about like competitive good stuff in Netrunner, which might be an issue because we're already kind of boxing ourselves into a corner when it comes to playing Building a Better World, because it just isn't very strong as an identity. Now, a good way to make it good as an identity is only playing, or is not only, but only playing operations and playing 19 of them, which is a silly number, and that's really fun. So at least we'll be firing pretty consistently, and let's see what the deck really does. So all we have is money and ice and nothing else. Diogenes consistently pushing out his total percentage of all this published on Netrunner DB. I think Diogenes probably has at least a 2-digit number, like percentage of the decks published modernly on Netrunner DB. I'm pretty sure. Which is pretty wild. So let's talk about this deck. We have agendas that we want to score. Now the agendas are, it's a strange mix, right? So SDS drone deployment, which is a 5/3. We have the smallest amount of agendas we can be playing largely without playing government takeover or vanity or something weird. We have City Works Project, a 2 of, but we don't have any support that comes with the kill package associated with this. Now it technically still is in some respect a defensive agenda. And then we have 3 Cyberdeck Sandbox, which is supported by our triple macrophage build. So that's a small agenda suite. If you want to go, it's like, I can't tell right now whether this agenda suite wants to go fast or whether it wants to like have little agendas and go slow. It has no way to tutor the agendas, which is a problem. We don't have Project Atlas, so we don't have any unadvanced threats, which not that you want to unadvance an Atlas, but it gives you some options. So this is really interesting. If you want to play 8 agendas in Weyland, you can always run like, you know, a bunch of 6 5/3s and 2 hostile takeovers, which means you still score basically 2 agendas and the third one from hand to score out. So it's a weird list. And I think mostly this is that Cyberdeck Sandbox is supposedly very, very, very good. And I can imagine that, but this doesn't look like the fastest agenda suite. We also have Wall to Wall, which is fascinating because this deck doesn't have Rashida and it also doesn't have NGO Front, which are pretty staples. Now, the card draw in this deck is probably actually pretty okay without Rashida. Rashida is generally the card draw card people have in their decks, but with Wall to Wall, that's actually pretty serious card draw. And on top of that, we're running things like red level clearance, which is technically card draw, and blue level clearance, which is very much card draw. So that's pretty cool. We probably don't need Rashida. The fact that we don't have Rashida means that we don't have too much stuff to jam into the remote. It's either like, that's kind of the issue with this deck list. And well, not the issue, that's an issue with this deck list. And this happens mostly if you're playing in tournaments or people know the open deck lists, or you're playing the deck list of the week publicly on the internet, is that anything we advance into a remote server has to be an agenda. So that's a pretty big tell. Having advanceable stuff, you know, it's good, so you can bluff it, or having stuff that you can install that you don't advance so you can bluff, that's good. Then we have 19 ice, I think, which is a lot of ice, but if we're scoring behind ice, that's kind of what we want. And we have some pretty standard stuff. We have 3 Surveyor, which is generally the good sentry you're running in Weyland. We have 3 Mouseless and 3 Whoredom. I'd argue that Whoredom probably doesn't have to be a 3 of. I think you want an Afshar in this list, 1 or 2. It's a really, really good card. And I think the light write-up says to replace Slot Machine with Thimble Rig for some flexibility. And Thimble Rig is really, really good with border control, so I like it. I feel like we also could be running Excalibur, probably. It's really good with border control. And then we have Blockchain, which is why you want to play Weyland Consortium's Building a Better World. And unfortunately, this ice is not a very good ice. It's really expensive at 7. Just on face, it's 2 to break with Paperclip, which is abysmal. And then once you play like 6 operations, it's still like 5 to break, which 7 for 5 is not particularly good comparing to like you could raise a Bulwark for 7 in the outfit, and it generally is like 7 to break without anything else on it. So this is kind of the idea why we're playing the deck, so this can get big. I'm not convinced it does. It's an interesting ice. Mushin Advance says, seems like it needs some ash or something. Not a lot of ways to turn all that money into an actual win condition. And that's a really good point. So Weyland is actually a really interesting ID to play, or a faction to play, because almost entirely in faction, there's a bit of a stretch, is they have access to 3 win conditions in most of their decks. And that's really good. A lot of the good Weyland decks will actually have 3 separate win conditions in their deck. Our deck has 1 win condition, the basic win condition of Netrunner, which is put stuff behind ice and score it out. We're not doing any bluffing in this, so basically it is score it out. Basically look at them and say, you don't have enough money to get through my hopefully 14 credits of blockchains that are going to cost them more than 14 to break somehow, or we can go fast enough. So on that note, I'm a bit skeptical of it because these don't seem like particularly fast agendas. If we want to do faster agendas, like I don't think we have time to purge with Sandbox, so maybe the macrophages go far. Maybe you want to play Atlases and Hostiles, and you know, you can go a bit faster. Atlas with a token is so fast, especially when you can pull agendas or other combo pieces. So we have that. We can score agendas, but then there's the other win conditions, and one of the big ones is fast advance. It's trivial for a Weyland deck to put fast advance into their deck, and that's just off the basis of Audacity is a hell of a card. Basically, any Weyland deck that can have a Project Atlas in the deck, which is most of them, Audacity plus Atlas is a win once you're on 5 points. So any deck that has an Atlas in it goes so much further and puts so much pressure on the runner because Audacity Atlas closes the game at 5, barring Claude, of course. And that's a really big deal. And that fast advance package, which isn't full fast advance, but it gives you that extra reach once the runner can get into your server in the mid game, we don't have that. The last thing that's so easy to put into a Weyland deck, and I'm surprised that this isn't in the deck, is another way to win, which would be a kill package. So Punitive Counter-Strike is the simplest one. Generally, you want to play 5-3 agendas for this, and then you can use your credit differential to actually win the game, as opposed to just res ice and hope that the runner can't do anything about it. And this is a really big deal. You have a lot of money, they steal a 3-pointer, they generally die, barring any tech, or I've had worse sometimes. And that, I think, is a really easy thing to put into this deck list, is to just put some sort of win condition that's based off of having more money than the runner. And there's other ways to do that too. Like, you don't have to go punitive. If you really want to and it's a bit tricky, you could do something like Trojan Horse and maybe destroy some programs. You probably need a bit more support with that, stuff like Arc Lockdown. But there's a lot of other win conditions that are attached to having more money that we're not capitalizing on. We have the bare basis of Netrunner, which is just ice and agendas, and probably that doesn't work out most of the time if you're playing against a runner with a strong economy. Now, another big thing that what Mushin brought up is that having an Ash or having a defensive upgrade is one of the best things you can possibly do if you are scoring out behind ice. So this is actually based off of this deck to some extent. They called it out, and I saw this deck before and I wanted to play it, and it's a similar idea, but it kind of fixes a lot of the issues I think that this deck has. You notice that it has a different agenda suite. It has 9 agendas, which is slightly more, but it has Project Atlases, which is an unadvanceable threat. It still has Cyber Sandbox as a 3 of, and 3 SDS drone deployment. This is a good agenda. I feel like you could do something here with Hostiles and, you know, global food initiatives, but then we all end up playing the same Weyland agenda suite. And then it's running a lot of operations. It's running some weird ones like Medical Research Fundraiser, which if you're trying to score behind ice, is probably not a good thing to give the opponent money. But then it actually has defensive upgrades, and it has a really weird one. And I'm a really big fan of this. It's reduced service, which makes it cost a lot of money to run the remote server if you can jam it the turn before, which is kind of hard with drone deployment, but it works with Cyberdeck Sandbox and Project Atlas. I guess you could put that in there and not res it. So this is cool. This gets you closer to that. And this is such a big deal, right? Like, this is so important to understand for Netrunner. Say I have a server that has 2 pieces of ice on it, right? Okay, 3 pieces of ice. I have a Mouseless into a border control into a surveyor. How much does it cost a runner to run that? Let's say it costs them abstractly 12 credits. It's probably a bit less than that. Maybe it's around that. Okay. Now, one of the best things we can do is not put another ice in front of that remote server, but actually put a defensive upgrade, because that multiplies, right? If they have to run that server twice, that's generally a lot more money than just adding a 4th ice on there, which costs them an extra 4 credits. Now that gets a bit different with Surveyor, because obviously Surveyor gets bigger, but this thing gets boomeranged anyways, right? But the idea is that defensive upgrades are so much better once you have 2 or 3 ice than having a 4th ice. It's one of the best things you can do. It also gives uncertainty to the run, which is a really important thing, because at some point in the game, we're going to have 2 or 3 ice on the remote server that are going to be rezzed. And the runner knows, like, if I run that, I have enough money I can get in. And as soon as you put something in there face down on top of the agenda or below the agenda, however you want to put it, that gets more interesting. And then you can start playing with mind games. So that's what looking at this, I think there's some tuning you could definitely do. I think taking 19 operations, and also we didn't talk about the mass comms, which is fascinating, because this is an interesting deck. I don't think it plans to advance most of its ice outside of wall to wall, which is really cool. Like, wall to wall is a really strong card, but the idea is that it's going to be trying to put 1 advancement on each piece of ice, and then eventually you can mass comm for a shit ton of money. Again, with punitive, this would be so fun, but none of our ice really scales well with single advancements. Not that there are a lot in the game. I think it's like Mass Fingo maybe, and maybe Colossus. Maybe those scale with a single piece of advancement. But it's really interesting that we have mass comms in this package, which should already have a lot of money, but this is also like kind of slower mid-game money. So it's wild. You can draw in a really bad order. I'm also not a fan of 3 of Macrophage. You need to score a Cyberdeck Sandox for this card to be good, and sometimes that's just not going to happen. And you have 3 of it. If you have 3 of a card in your deck, it means you want it on turn 1, and I don't think we want Macrophage on turn 1. I'm not convinced we do. So it's an interesting list. I think there's a lot of ways to make this a bit more consistent, and probably just like adding a second win condition to a deck is such a big deal. It's such a big deal just to be like, okay, well, in this game, we probably can't score behind ice because we're playing against Geist. So we can maybe try and punitive him, which admittedly will be difficult. Let's try it out. And we can also try this one out too. This one's really interesting. I don't like the medical research fundraisers. The red level clearances are sick. Those are in both lists. This agenda suite, again, I think if you just had an Audacity in the list, 1 Audacity just gives you technically access to other win conditions. And this ice suite, you know, it does have blockchain in it, but otherwise it seems pretty all right. Let me just catch up on chat. I played a similar list, but I used Dedication Rococo since we already have red level clearance. Atlas 2, of course. Yeah, McCarolamine, how's it going? I think that's a legitimate way to build a 2, of course, is that you can build a fast advanced version. If you asked me, though, at that point, I probably wouldn't be building a Builder World. I'd probably play Titan Transnational and just playing a Titan fast advanced deck. But that's kind of the issue with building a better world, right? This is the way I see it. Is that if I want to play a Weyland thing that aggressively gets money, it's so hard to get more value out of building a better world than you would out of the outfit, right? Because like you have good ice in the outfit, you can go fast, and you make 3 credits for 1 operation generally, or 1 ice resed, and that takes you a couple actions with building a better world just to catch up to that. Of course, the bad pub is like a downside, but hopefully you win faster than that. I'm interested to see how this plays, but I think there's ways you can tune it for sure. I'm gonna play the what's it called, the Thimble Rig for sure. That was what's up. I've never gone blockchain to feel good. Kudos to Daijin got it to work. I don't think mathematically it would ever be that good, right? Like 7 for 4 on its own, 2 for paperclip, that's really bad. If you play 6 operations, it's still only 5 to break, which for most other ice that cost 7, that's pretty low. Like Trebuchet is just a fucking pain in the ass. Like 6 strength sentry, Jesus. And at the end of the day too, like it's also a bit liable because it only has a single end to run. So you can always technically boomerang through it depending on what's behind it. And again, if we lose all our money, it's going to be bad for us, but we're not going to get like hard hitting news or punitive or anything else that matters. So at least I'll have a scoring window next turn. Oh wait, we don't have to do that. We can do the good way, which is this way. Yo, Janktivist, how's it going? Yo, Vincent, what's up? Punitive Geist, huh? Yeah, I know, you're right, but sometimes they fuck it up. I don't know. There's a lot of triggers, so you hope they goof it up really terribly. They need to see the top card of the deck every turn, right? Outfit it got no late game though? No, but you're trying to win by the late game. That's a problem, is like a deck like this, I don't know if it has a late game. It would if you did like mass comm into like Ash or something like that. Like as soon as you could do mass comm into something that can leverage the mass comm, even if it's as aggressive as like C-source to closed accounts, like then you have a huge window. But if the runner just gets like 2, you know, Rizekis down, oh man, it might be an issue. I don't know, it might be. I'm sad that blockchain plus armor servers isn't a thing anymore. I don't even know what that is. The rare genetics pavilion into Punitive Geist. Yeah, right? You also, yeah, maybe you need a chairman hero too. Who knows? Yo, derez, how's it going? How you been? I think Ash is a good shout. Yeah, Ash is fine. I think reduced service is interesting. I'd be down to try it. I think Ash is fine. I don't know what else we could play. I feel like rather than that, I'd rather just put 3 punitives in the list, play hostiles and all 3-pointers. Because at that point too, like our City Works projects are really, really good. Right now, the fact that we can't punitive someone after they steal a City Works project, it just feels so bad. I've never played that as a tempo agenda without the intention of hurting someone. Ooh, Cabo. That's cool. That's too much. Okay. Hey, hey. Was that you dunked on Class Act with Genetics Pavilion on stream? Yes, it was sick. I'm oracling for the king. Oh, hell yeah. So this is Brandon. All right, so the king is like a, in short, so if for those who don't know what oracling is, the king is visually impaired, so generally they play with somebody who plays Janeette and explains what's going on, and then they make all the decisions. It's really, really cool. Also the king is like really adept at playing specifically, like they love playing not only apocalypse decks, which could be a problem for us, but also they're a big fan of Weyland kill lists, punitive aggressive kill lists, so they probably know how to step around this elegantly. Cabanessa is actually pretty good at contesting an early SDS drone deployment. Otherwise we have the mass common in our hand, which is awkward. We have a single border control. We have 19 ice though, and we want to jam out into remote rather aggressively, but again, I don't know what Cabanessa does. I'm gonna mulligan this. That's probably worse. We are Legion. Yo, Max, how's it going? Any noob-friendly places to start on Netrunner? I always get lost. So many cards, so many sets. So, Max, the most important thing is, as of around the end of next month, as everyone's guessed, is the starter sets for new player experience are coming out. And they're going to be like a thing you can buy, and it has like, I don't know, 80 cards in it, and you can build like 7 decks, 1 for every faction. And they should be very simple and probably teaching up the rules. That's a really good place. There's also a Discord, as Sean's saying, called the Green Level Clearance Discord, which is a collection of newer, good luck, have fun, of newer players and people trying to learn the game, which is a really nice place to not only meet people, but also like get games against people at similar skill levels, learn more about the game. There's really good places for that. It's a Green Level Clearance Discord. Hopefully we can get you a link. Embrace the jank, turn it into a sleeve list. Oh my god. Armored Service is a TD Weyland agenda that makes a runner discard a card to break subs on one run. Oh right, but they could let the sub fire. But yeah, I see what you mean. I don't know what Cabin S is going to do. Do we just jam it in early Cyber decks? Let's see what this does. We'll draw 2 first. Oh, that's bad. We can gain and click, or we can just gain 2 credits, and then we can install 2. That's good enough. So we want this on a remote. We're assuming Cabin S is bad, but if she plays at dealing with barriers, I wonder if we have to watch out for R&D. Unfortunately, HQ is really bad, so they could turn 1 indexing if they really wanted to. We just drew 2. Keeping HQ open seems like a mistake. I think we need this further mode, so I'm just going to risk the indexing considering we're holding 3 of 8 agendas. Oh yeah, that's a good link also. There's a Discord link, Zandorius posted it. Discord at GG, so did Giles. That's a good place to get in. NearEarthHub.net also linked. That's a very good resource. It links a bunch of like resources for help. It links content creators, I think. It links a lot of rules FAQs. There's a lot of really good places to go. There's the Netrunner Slack if you want to talk to washed up old guard Netrunner folks. Yeah, that's I don't know if I'd recommend it. You can do it though. There's the indexing. Okay, so that's fine, hopefully. So we risk this for sure. They're going to look at top 5, rearrange them, and then they can run back. Now, this is where like Punitive would be so good in theory, right? Like if they steal 3-pointer here and they don't have economy, like you can really get them here. Blockchain on the inside seems weak since they can just break the ETR. Yeah, you're right. But like the thing is like we're assuming that they're going to play around it like, oh, if I steal an agenda here, they'll die to Punitive or hard-hitting news, economic warfare. But you're right. On the inside, it is technically weak. Doesn't like leaning on indexing card in his decks. I've seen Brandon play indexing at Worlds. Deuce is wild. Okay. They might have whiffed, or maybe they're just going to expose and run as part of this. Thanks for the links, everyone. That's huge. Max, let us know how it goes. If that works out, if you find something, I'd love to hear how your experience learning Netrunner goes. All right, the Steel Sandbox, so that's not like a real Punitive here. And there's an early Rizeki. Okay, so they didn't use the Cabin S ability. We top deck the Beanstalks, and they also know the next cards that we have. So this is awkward, right? Like the SDS doesn't do much. The Sandbox is like not that good. They can probably get through a single blockchain. Like we could do install advance Beanstalk, but that's like really, really, really high risk when Cabin S can pull in like literally anything. They didn't get punished here for economic warfare, hard-hitting news, so they're probably safe. Like here, if we had economic warfare, hard-hitting news, they lose the game. They just lose the game, which is again, additional win conditions are so important. We could jam the SDS drone deployment, but if they get in, they trash the Rizeki or whatever they Cabin S if they don't want to keep it. And putting the CityWorks project is also like hella risk. I think we're gonna do this. I wish we advanced this twice because then it looks like an NGO front, but we can't do that because then we can't afford the blockchain. I don't like this play. I just don't know what else we do here. Like we'll have to draw through the indexing. So this at least has 3 subroutines. Get them. Rizeki gaining 1. Yeah, so we mulligan. So there's a chance that Brandon didn't have to respect like hard-hitting news into, or sorry, economic warfare into hard-hitting news. Considering the credit differentials are bad, but yeah, we mulligan. So the chance of us having it in hand are a bit less, considering we'd probably keep that in an opening hand. Especially because Shaper doesn't have an aggressive opening a lot of times when it comes to money. We'll see how this goes. Again, Cabin S and Wu could pull out just like, I don't know, anything really. They'd need a stim hack here, likely. Unless they're on some stealth Cabin S, which is the thing you could do. I need to go find the Glen Runner Discord so I can hear Brandon's reaction to a blockchain res. Yeah. I wonder if he's definitely gonna ask some questions about the text on that one. I wonder too if the Oracle, you hear the Oracle being confused, like, oh, that's a blockchain. Yo, Andre, how's it going? Good evening. Is this the decklist of the week? Yeah, we just started. We're like turn 2. How you doing? How's that out in the wild? All right, Anakom's coming down. So again, that means they're playing a lot of events, which isn't Shaper's strong suit, but I think they're hoping at some point that becomes. I wonder if we're going to see a stim hack straight here, right? Like SMC gives them the flexibility, double SMC, so they might just stim hack R&D and pull out like 2 Rizekis or something awful. Yeah, there you go, stim hack. Yeah, so this is going to be really bad for us. I think we lose. And stim hack is like pretty sure you're going to see in a Cabinessa list. So they even have double self-modifying code. So again, like to go through this, it's 4 credits and then 3 credits with paperclip. Doing all right. Too much snow. It's to be expected. Yeah, it could be worse. I hope. I don't hope. I guess. I don't know. Floofy, how's it going? Yeah, we've already been indexed. It'll be fine. Yo, Pat, what's up, dude? Good space hunting. Figured it would improve the replay discussion, the new annotation feature. Excuse me, I have a couple decent replays for you from games I've been playing with Daoji, and I'm working on adding annotations so that you can see the player's thought process during the match. Oh, super cool, dude. I'm excited for that. Annotation would be really wild. All right, so we hit this. They can definitely go through it. Again, we have no punishment. We're gonna have a really uphill fight here. Gauss. Break for 3. Oh no. Oh no. Ah, fucking shit. Should we have not rezzed here? If we don't res, they just dump their SMCs into their Stimac into SMCs. Like they just install a Golo. So it doesn't matter too much, just forces them to install a Gauss, which is, you know, rubbish. All right, so we probably lose here. I don't think I played it particularly well. We risked the early indexing. We weren't too heavily punished. It can go worse than that. You see, like they pull out a second Rizeki. Yeah, what you do is that you talk shit about a deck list and then you play poorly just to prove your point. And like 0 credits, and we don't have hardly any news. Like we can't. It'd be so easy. Even a single punitive here would be lethal. Single punitive. They lost the Cyberdelia, so it seemed like it would be a late game deck. And like, can we jam this again? Like, what does it cost to break? Now it's a bit awkward because it's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So like, we probably just jam this. We don't even have the money. The deck seems like it wants punitive. Yeah, I think so, Cat. I think we just play 5/3s and play punitive. Like, if we're meant to have big ol' money, we want to leverage it. And maybe I'm just playing too fast. Like, maybe the idea of like jamming on turn 2, like most Weyland decks, is not the right play here. Okay, so lateral is good. It gives us 3 credits and installs a card. We can install double advanced drone deployment. If they get through this, they win. They're at 0 credits. We can also do City Works Project, but I'm not excited to score that. I'm just gonna go for this because if we lose, we lose. Wait, they can just click for credits, right? With Gauss? Maybe. Lateral the SDS, yeah, maybe. I think that's the best. SMC is cool, but I really wish it rotated. It's just been the go-to for so long. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm like really excited to see what Nisei does about that, because like they're printing a lot of, you know, fundamental cards, so there might be like a soft replacement, and then eventually they rotate SMC. Because self-modifying code is in system core, right? Like I don't think it's in. It's only in system core, so it might not be around forever. Time to watch stream SMC hate. What up, Grim? Yo, stoppable. I kept looking at this list on the front page expecting to see punitive and was surprised. Yeah, I think the list is looking for punitive or defensive options. I just don't think Ice and Money wins games in Netrunner. Outside of maybe the core set. Especially if you don't have things to jam to bait runs. Like they have literally no reason to do anything besides click for credits unless we jam into the remote server. And you're not going to win that against runners. I thought SMC was printed in up. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Daily Cast and SMC were literally in Uprising. I thought it was just a system core thing. Yeah, no, you're totally right. They don't need to break the non-ETR subs? No, they don't. They really don't. This is a super desperate play. Clicking for credits. Yeah, I think they're going to call us on it. So if we had an NGO, we probably would have done last turn. Man, hope they just bravado this, right? Oh no, they need money. We'll take the mulligan on this game. We'll play another one. That was not good. But again, blockchain, huh? Deck is too fair. Yeah, that's actually I think that's a perfect sentence. Deck is too fair. This is not doing anything besides what the runner is building to, like, in every runner is building to beat, as opposed to, you know, Economic Warfare Hard-Hitting News, which requires tech cards or, you know, good play, or Punitive, which requires, you know, a lot of money or tech cards, or any of the unfair things you could be doing like Audacity. Shang, please do a review of new cards when they come out. I promise you I will. I will review every single card, even the system core. We'll do all of it. Yo, Narco, what up? Me and Buddy were giving out about this deck today. It's just money and ice. It doesn't even have punitive NGO. Yeah, no, it's like very pure. Okay, we lose. Brandon found the play. He found the play. No NGO, no Rashida. I don't think the Rashida is necessary, because we do have a lot of card draw with like red level clearance, blue level clearance, wall to wall. Brandon's actually breaking all the subs, man. We're not even gonna get the money. +1 for review videos. Yeah, me too. I miss them too. I honestly really do miss them too. The last review video I did was way too long. I wasn't confident about it. It was rough because I'm out of practice. We used to do them like every month. I used to be good at them. I don't know what happened. I'm out of practice. We'll get it there. Oh, totally. Fuck no. No, yeah, you can take the click back. Did they fuck the math up? No, they didn't. 2, 4, 5. No, they could do it. They 100% could do it. Gauss is having trouble breaking things? Yeah, Gauss does that. The turn is not installed. Oh, they're taking back everything. Okay. That's fine. I love the Run Last Click review segments. Oh man, I miss Run Last Click. I don't remember them being hard review segments. They kind of just talked about cards, right? Wait, that's a review, right? I don't know. They were excitable and talked about opportunity, which is good. Just be wrong confidently. Yo, welcome to the Metro Grid. You fake the rest. Blockchain has extra subs. Yeah, but they don't matter. Oh, StimHack. Okay. Well, why are you guys doing math? You have StimHack. Just draw StimHack. You don't have to do math. Yeah, they weren't competitive. No, it's just like, oh, this looks cool. I want to do it with this. And like, that's really fun. That's how I felt when trying to stream a tournament yesterday. Yasengrin, how'd it go? I saw Eric's list. Is it on stream? Because I'm going to watch that. I really want to watch that. Thanks for the game, y'all. That was a miserable showing. We'll do another one for sure. The runner gained more credits than us, but yeah, it's 2 StimHacks. They'll do it, huh? 2 for 18. Terminal 7. I listened to mostly Terminal 7 and Run Last Click. That was like my podcasting back in the day. Yo, I just found out like 20 minutes before the stream about what's happening at Reply All and Bon Appetit. I don't know if you heard about this. I don't know much to talk about it because I haven't read the story, but oh my god, it's wild. Talking about podcasting. Okay, let's do another one. That was probably not a good showing. It was like jank reviews for my jank brain. That's good. And like, that's the thing also. Like, I want to review cards, but not only as in like, oh, is this the most competitive thing you're going to see in World Championships? Or as opposed to like, you can do something cool with this. And there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff you can do cool stuff with. Oh, you messed up and didn't check the save stream box. Oh, fuck. I'll see if I can maybe bug Chris and Eric for a rematch. I really, knowing that Eric played Noise with Cash, oh my god, I wanted to watch that. The Reply All BA thing makes it to the stream? Is it everywhere? Because my sister had to text me. She's like, dude, because we were obviously listening to it like everyone does. I haven't heard about how the Bonap episode led the explosion, but I can kind of see. Yeah, so apparently, from my understanding, is that PJ and Shruti were involved in like anti-union stuff within Gimlet 2 years ago. It was a real bad look. And they've stepped off. Oh, Adam, okay. Adam also can deal with our ice with Logic Bomb. So like even having good ice, like Adam doesn't play fairly. Speaking of podcasts, I've been making my way back through Slumcast lately and I'm loving it. I don't think I've listened to Slumcast enough of it. I caught up on what's it called, Shadownet, and there's a Vesper is interviewing Noah. That was like a cut from a stream that I just listened to. It was pretty great. What's this podcast drama? Okay, hold on. Thanks, you too. So Bon Appetit is like Condé Nast's magazine, and they've been around for a long time. I'm gonna keep this hand. It's fine. We don't have agendas. That's good enough. And how can I say this really quickly? Bon Appetit Test Kitchen had a bunch of people in it, people of color. They were one of the biggest YouTube channels. People of color weren't paid fairly. There was like systemic racism within the culture of the workplace. That was known, blew up last year. A lot of people left. All those people are now doing other stuff on YouTube and being wildly successful still. Power to them. They're great, very talented. They should have been paid more, and obviously the systemic racism stuff is garbage. Anyways, so then Reply All, a very good podcast, did this like 4-part, there were 2 parts through it, an expose talking to people of color. Let me play my turn first so I'm not a total dickhead. Macrophages on centrals, I guess, because we're gonna have to go survey remote. Do we draw 2? It's a bit risky. We have draw next turn, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna install this. I'll do HQ first so they think there's something in there. I'll gain 2. We're 1 credit short of this. RD, I wish we could IPO this turn. And I'll do this so next turn that we have an empty hand to blue level. This is like really dodgy though. Like, will they run HQ when we have 2 cards and they see 2 cards? Okay, in short, Reply All did a thing. Oh, Boomerang HQ, they're going for it. They did an expose interviewing people of color and showing their story through the like last, 10 years or something of Bon Appetit. And halfway through the story, it turns out the people making the podcast also contributed the same sort of toxic, racist inside work culture of Gimlet Media, which does Reply All, and they are no longer with Reply All. So yeah, it's a bad look. I'm gonna res it. Fuck them. Okay, let me catch up on chat. Oh, Reply All is a great podcast. Like, it's a really, 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 really good. And they've been making it for years. It is fantastic. Making my way downtown. Wait, yeah, I don't. Fire All, sick. This is why like a trace 1, like having 3 of this in your deck, probably not right. Because I'm not gonna boost this. Somethingcast is pretty good. They've been doing a 4-part series. I found Reply All's BS show so far very underwhelming. Hey, hi Stricker. I've been into it so far. We have to fire all of these. I should have just traced the last one. I've been enjoying it. I don't know enough about Condé Nast and stuff. The stuff about the video is the stuff that I think I'd be most excited about because I feel like I know those people through, you know, the parasocial relationships of watching YouTube videos or whatever. Pile's throwing anything. They just report things about how they see with a ton of research to back it up. Yeah, they're really good. They're really, really good. And they cover really interesting topics. Surprised PJ and Shruti were anti-union? Yeah, totally. I'm hungry for more time travel's guide for Netrunner. Yeah, I've been listening to that too. I think I'm on like part 4. Shruti was beyond anti-union. He regularly telling people to tell employees, hey, you're a piece of shit. Oh, fuck. I don't know enough about that. It's a bad look. I suspect that they thought they could do better without union support because they were the talent plus had lots of equity. Yeah, I don't know enough about the story. I found out about this like minutes ago. So maybe it's not a good idea to talk about it publicly because I don't know. They saw our whole hand. They didn't trash anything. So let's draw into agendas, which they can now steal. Now putting it behind a surveyor, that's a bad look. So I think we're going to draw 1 card. Fuck. Because they still got a free run here with the C2 cards. They also know the card that we drew. So they 100% know there's an agenda in here. We're playing very poorly. Long distance in the case of the missing hit are good introductory Reply All episodes. Moribund, how's it going? Yeah, those are really good. They also have a list of like the best stuff to get into, which is really good, great as well. I think those are both on them. Boy in Picture is also a fantastic first episode. In short, there's a photo on the internet that some people posted in a media blog, in like a music blog. Oh wow, the emergent creativity of Rozeki. Look at that. They have a Citadel too. And it's just trying to figure out what this photo is about, and the story is amazing. Okay, so we can do border control into surveyor. We need to score this to give this legs. Again, 3rd macrophage. As long as we score one of these, we're okay. We know a bit about their hand. We know Citadel, and we know what they had last turn, which I haven't been paying attention to the game enough. Oh, they didn't draw last turn. Okay. So we can do install advance and then put it behind the border control. Border control is really good against Logic Bomb, but we don't have enough money for both of these, so yikes. Yo, Timmy, what's up? They saw mass comps not the agenda? Oh, yeah, you're right, because of blue level. Yeah, 100%. Thank you. Case of the Missing Hits is one of my favorites. I'm not sure I know that one. Okay, they're boomeranging it. I'm just going to not fire the subroutine. So they have a 50% chance of getting an agenda here. That's all good. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll fire a trace one. Oh, whoops. Wait, they boomeranged it. Frank, what up? The one where they reconstruct the song? Is that the Christmas one? Find a truth, sing the top of our deck. We see 2 cards. Oh, they have an RNG key? Sick. So they guessed 0. They hit IPO and Masscom. So not only did they miss the 0, they know the top of their deck, but they have RNG key. It's been a while since we've seen this card. It's so cool. They also played Citadel Sanctuary, which is good counter tech against Punitive. So at least we can say we're happy we're not on that. They know we have a wall-to-wall in hand. And now we can score this, which is perfect timing. I'm surprised they didn't pressure this, considering that we only had, like, what, 6 credits? And this gets a purge, which means now the subroutines on Macrophage are a lot better. So this is the time where, like, having 3 of these, like, feels nice. But if you don't score this, obviously it's pretty bad. All right, we have a pretty good start. And from here, we can consider jamming the second one, which, you know, purge for 8 is fantastic. We don't really have the money here. We could also slow down and just, like, let wall-to-wall fire. But they have an Ngolo, which lines up poorly with Macrophage. It's still pretty favorable for us. So I don't think we jam just yet. I feel like if we just set up a bit more, we'd be in an okay spot. Their economy is bad. They have 4 credits. They emergent creativity out in Ngolo. They drew a sports hopper, which is useless. So the problem is if we do install advance here, we don't get anything. We do install advance Masscoms, which would put us on 9, which is enough for both of these. So that's interesting. I feel like we just want to glacier up because their economy just isn't there. Blue blockchain. Yeah, right? Do we have one yet? No, we don't have one yet. We'll find one. Eli, what's up? They try to figure out whether a song that's stuck in someone's head actually exists. This sounds super familiar. That's the one where they record the song. Yeah, where the guy heard it in like a grocery store, right? And then they actually hire a band to do it. Okay, Reclaim, this is particularly good to pull back virtual resources, so like Logic Bomb, but that border control deals with the Logic Bomb unless they have ways to get clicks. So we're gonna draw a card first, sick, we'll gain a credit, and we'll add an advancement. Eventually the mass comms will be good. Again, unfortunately, none of this ice actually matters that you put advancements on it. I'm just gonna put it on something that we don't delete, like the border control. This makes that look scarier. CityWorks project looks good, small hand size, but again, Citadel Sanctuary is a thing. So here, like, I don't think we do anything. If we do this, we play a card next. Yeah, so we can do that, and then we can IPO out of here. But they probably should run HQ here, considering we've drawn like 3 cards in a row without filtering. Did you change slot machine for Thimble Rig? You know what? I think I forgot to. I think I did forget to, Daijin. How's it going? Oh, yo, Daijin, what's up? How's it going? Maybe you should push the second sandbox. They look like they're back to setting up. Yeah, well, now we definitely will, because like they installed click drip economy. So we're going to bounce this after, you know, I don't think we'll draw a card. We have enough in our hand. They just drew a multi-threader, which is not particularly useful. So we'll gain credit. We'll play some advancement on whatever. And we'll add this to hand. And from here, we actually, if we just like jam our STS drone deployment, it's going to be pretty miserable for them because they'll have to end up like reclaiming their Ngolo. Stimhack here would be bad, but again, we have border control surveyor. It goes far enough. So I'm going to just jam this one. And we'll throw out a wall-to-wall. Yeah, I forgot to switch those cards. I know in the write-up, we talked about it. We said we would. Puzzles advancements, am I joke to you? They don't matter. Like, we're never going to triple advance this. We have mass comms. We want to spread it out, right? And even if we do triple advance it changes nothing. They Ngolo it, right? Okay, well, talk about they Ngolo it. That's rough. So now they have 1 window to build that back up. I think they're through 2 emergent creativities. We have to throw something else out here. Honestly, like the wall-to-wall, it's probably the mass comms. Wait, this is 5 credits? No, that's better than IPO. I'm throwing out the IPO. I played this deck twice, and both times the runner had a lady, which made me sad. Yeah. Blockchain's not a good card. It mathematically is not going to do it. Boomerang on R&D. Okay, there's some desperation here. But they have RNG keys, so the R&D runs are actually quite nice. But the Macrophage is going to line up relatively well. So they can break 2 of the subroutines, so they break the first and the last. which means we don't really need to fire any of the other ones. They haven't shown a single virus. So this does nothing. Eats a boomerang. All's well on my side. I've been trying new stuff with JTFQ and Crams. Yo, you're prolific on Netrunner DB. Absolutely prolific. They got 0 hit mass comms. Their hand size is 5, mind you, with the brain cage. Boomerang gonna go shuffle, and we can jam. Oh, it's back. Reclaim. Trash something from their hand to install Ngolo. 8 credits. So like we're at the point where we can probably just feed them an agenda and then score the Cyberdeck sandbox, or we can just wait here, right? Like we have border control surveyor, and the cool thing about this is like they can't even, they'd have to trace through the surveyor one time, right? We haven't seen a logic bomb. They just drew a daily cast. They're on 8 credits. So if they run this, the border control, they have to paint that with Ngolo unless they have a breaker. And then the surveyor fires at 4, but they go back for 2. So it's not good enough. I feel like we could just do the Cyberdeck sandbox, but we have 19 ice. Like a 3rd ice here is such a big deal. I just don't want to wait because they're making 3 credits a turn and we're not forcing them to do anything. This is a bit risky. I'm going to do this and I'll play mass comms. It gives us more money than anything else. So the survey will be good. Paperclip and bin? Are you kidding? Oh, fuck me. Okay, never mind. I look really stupid. I should pay attention to the board. Thanks, Solemn. Got my back. By mid-game, blockchain makes Lady sad. It might empty and one good. I don't think so. I don't think it makes Lady sad at all. You just don't break all the subroutines. All right, well, they have everything they need. If they pull out their paperclip, though, and they need to run this not last click, they can have this. We'll just res everything. Like, if they want to install the paperclip here, they don't need to. If they want to install the paperclip here, it's really rough. And if we had a blockchain, what has like what? 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5 subroutines. So again, that's 5 credits. I'm not going to pop the border control. And again, Atlas Audacity, a huge way to win from this board state. Even just having unadvanced cards like Atlas is really good in a list that wants to potentially bounce wall to wall, but everything we advance is an agenda. So as long as they run this every time. And this is not expensive for them. This is like what, 3 credits with refund? It's actually a pretty shitty server right now. So we pop this here. This goes to 2, which they break for exactly 3, and we don't have punishment, so we can let them have this. This also installs face up, so they know what they have to do, and they can do all the math. So not fantastic. And there's a second daily cast. So the next turn they start with 5 credits. That's good. Keeping this in HQ without any other cards is like a bit dodgy. So I'm not going to install the surveyor. We should draw first. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Oh, that's actually really interesting. So we'll draw 2. And I'll install this. Right? Like I like the Atlas threat here. That they have to run everything, but if they know. Did you fire border control subroutine? No, I didn't. Did not break it? Oh yeah, right. Thanks. I should have asked whether they were okay with us taking it. It's so much harder to say, no, undo that. They have an emergent creativity. That's the last one. That's a sports hopper, which gets in card draw. And they have a dirty laundry. There's no good server for dirty laundry, which is good for us. We'll draw. That's okay. It's taxing enough with Ngolo. We'll place an advancement on this. We'll gain a credit. Okay. So now the blockchain's looking okay on the basis that it really requires a paperclip to come out, which will make them spend some money. Survey is looking better though. That's the problem, is like survey is almost always better than blockchain at these circumstances, barring arguably boomerang. And the longer we keep this, the more we have attention on HQ. I just want another. I didn't plan our last click, so this actually looks really bad. Because I think we're going to click for a credit here, which is stupid. Shouldn't do that. Letting blockchain fire makes you rich and the runner poor. Good trade? Sure, but not if they win or steal your agenda. And by rich, you mean gain 4 credits, right? Like, that's not going to do it. You paid 7 for blockchain. We'll res this. Why not play mass? Because mass can get bigger. We're assuming it's going to get bigger and bigger. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any way to leverage these credits. Like, again, C-Source, Punitive, it'd be so much better. But we're going to get another advancement next turn, so we're in no rush. Fire all. Okay, cool. Wow, we hit the merchant creativity. They have a tag, so this dirty laundry sees the top of R&D. We probably want to put another ice here. Every turn we don't play this, we get 2 more credits. Oh, the value. And if we play this, then the subroutine becomes useless. Yeah, they don't have to actually undo the click because of Citadel Sanctuary, but we do have a lot of credits, so they have to be careful. Because we could throw all our money into this and then mass comms up from it, which is like a nice play. I've got the Sanctuary. We have no dedication ceremonies, no. We have no we have no support for this card. Like no punitive, no deady. Brain chip, that's good for them. Honestly, I think we spend all the money. I think we go all in. Yeah, fuck it. That's why you keep mass comms. So we trash find the truth. We trash find the truth for sure. We probably trash safety first because it's free card draw. They only have 16 cards left. I don't know if we trashed it all Sanctuary. I don't think it matters. Do we want to draw a card here? I don't think so, because we're gonna do this purge. No, I don't think we draw a card. Right? Like that's good. I think neutralize all threats also is good. Like we have no trashables besides wall to wall. I think this is probably better. Fortunately, we don't trash this, so they clear the tag for free, but whatever. Deck's too fair for dedication ceremony. Yeah, I think that's pretty apt. Sick. All right. So now they actually have to run R&D. Because we've seen no multi-axis so far. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a turning wheel. Because now they actually just have to go in here, right? Maybe they'll tilt and let this fire. I'm not sure if that's straight tilting. Dude up. But yeah, I don't think we're out of the woods at all. What do we need for this? 5? Okay. Their money is somewhat limited. Multi-threader's good. It's 2 credits a turn. Take that, Rozeki. But breaking this is really awkward because this boosts up to 6, so they have to boost again. But they can probably just let us have the money. I don't know. Oh, apparently not. So they only have to break 2 subroutines on this as well. But it's the boost that matters, so I'm not going to fire any other subroutines. They don't matter. Alright, nothing. Still pretty expensive. Still 4 credits for a single axis. That's not sustainable. And we're just going to glacier up and hope they run out of money. But the Rozekis are going to change that. We could honestly boost here. We could boost here. If we had another Mascom, we would. Maybe. Maybe. Do we draw here? We want to play your blue level clearance. I don't actually think we want to draw. And these advancements stop mattering. We have 1 more Mascom, so we have no recursion. So like we could consider putting it on the mouseless over and over again, but I don't think they have any reason to run archives without safety first. Or find the truth, excuse me. Just gonna do that. All right. Well, we just built up a super remote, and when they logic bomb it, we border control them. Instead of boosted to trick them into spending money, yeah, but then we don't have money, and that's worse for us. I honestly don't know if we can afford blockchain. I don't think we can. We still have 8 credits of unres stuff. Like, we're gonna install this and click for credits. Maybe we just do this, but then we're gonna draw agendas. There's only 4 more agendas in a list, so 1 in 5 chance. YOLO. Yeah, that's good. This can let us get 2 cards at our hand. We'll do that. So we'll install. Mouseless is good enough. Like, mouseless is relatively taxing. Blockchain isn't. Well, it's actually gonna get a lot better now. I'm gonna do it because we haven't res the blockchain. Oh, we did last game. So here we can gain 2 credits for gain and click. The gain and click is just gain a credit for us. We'll take the money. All right. So what are we at? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. Blockchain is getting big. There's another reclaim. Looks like they're going to pull back. I don't know. What are they reclaiming? I thought that'd be for Logic Bomb. We haven't seen any. Neutralize all threats. Oh my god. Of course, they can pull these back. The reclaims are amazing. I can't believe they pulled back that. They really want to go for HQ. And there's a Logic Bomb. So they're going to smash HQ here, which again, we drew 4 or 5 cards unfettered. So it makes sense to me. We'll snap res that. At this point, like, this is the problem with double macrophage too, is like once you let the first trace 4 fire, the second trace 4 doesn't matter because this only is once per turn. So I'm assuming that they actually, I don't know, maybe they don't break, they break. I think you might just fire here. I don't know, they don't have a lot of money. But if you let one fire, the second one's a bit easier, but then the trace is a problem. So they're just gonna Logic Bomb this. So they have a 40% chance of an agenda here. Mouseless, Hordem, no good. But like, imagine we had an Ash. Like, if we had an Ash, we win. If we had a reduced service, we win. What are we drawing into? I think we're at a point where we can just jam, right? 7 credits. They only have 8 next turn. We still see what they draw. No, we don't, because that's the other one. Excuse me. I'll draw. Oh, wow, we have another one. That's a lot of money. Okay, we're going to go for the long game. We're going to hit the biggest blockchain. The biggest. We need a tracker of operations in here. It's every card, right? Besides a wall-to-wall. So there's 6 extra subs. 12 operations played. We're going to play mass comms. We're going to bounce this. Oh, that's the problem, though, is we can't play Massworks and Jam City Works project. So we're looking to draw the last Cyberdeck sandbox. Stonks Formation engaged for this BTC themed deck. Yo, Cody, how's it going? It's a Logic Bomb, which border control deals with well. So that's the problem, is like we have to wait a turn because we can't do mass comms and jam this, and we kind of need it. They also are going to definitely boomerang the Surveyor, which is fine because of border control, you know. And there's another one. Do we draw? Yeah, whatever. Oh, okay. Well, fuck, we didn't return this to hand, but I don't think that matters. We didn't know we were going to draw into it. 25, go. I don't mean to be unsympathetic, but this game makes me salivate for an APOC. Yeah, we could tech against it. We could put a border control on centers, but yeah, you APOC this board, you win. You can always tech in Crisiums or border control. So, can they get through the server? No, I don't think so. 2 8-strength sentries, 25 credits, mass comms, the card that makes me the saltiest. We played 3 of them. It's looking good. I don't think they're going to hit a blockchain. I think if anything, they run HQ here. There's 3 agendas in 15 in R&D. So 1 in 5. I wish I was good enough at stats to know like what's the chance of having. Okay, so if there's 3 in 15 agendas, what's the chance of there being 2 in a row in the top 2? Like that's what, 3 in 15 and then times 2 over 14? Is that how that works? Is it that simple? It's probably that simple, right? Or is it 3 in 15 and then 2 in 15? No. If we're talking about cards that make Andre salty, how about a next ice deck for Decklist of the Week next time? It'll be fun if I'm playing it. If I'm playing it, it's okay. It's 1 in 15 and 1 in 14, but wouldn't it be 3 and 2 because there's 3 wins and then 2 wins? Not 1 and 1? Because that would be if there's 1 agenda, right? Fire subroutines? Okay. So we hit a data folding. Yeah, 3 15, 2 and 14. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. Or that's what I was thinking, but could be wrong. It was important that you knew that was what I was thinking. All right, they have 12 credits, 2 on multi-threader, and a logic bomb. So, but they have to run the server twice, and a logic bomb gets through once. Now, this blockchain is going to be quite nice on the outside. And even if we spend 12 credits here to res everything, oh my god. It has 7 extra subs. Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, only 6. 3%. Okay. It's not 0. Yeah, totally. Yeah, exactly. Oh, whoa. Oh, wow. Well. See, blockchain is a good ice if you feed it. Okay. I feel like it's just as taxing as a surveyor. I think Bulwark is also equally taxing for the same amount of money in the outfit. This is so bad in the early game too. It's really, really rough. So how much is them to break it? If they pull in paperclip, they pay 8. Yeah, that's like not that much different than just a single Bulwark. It's like 1 credit more. Blockchain is a family. You really got to put it out of work like this by talking trash. I'm sorry. Ian, I'm sorry. Blockchain is def worse than a parasite meta. Yeah, there's also low strength ice problems like playing endless Eula right now is impossible. Playing data loop is really hard. Fire all, fuck yeah, 26. It was still cost us a credit. Still got HQ. They just need 2 agendas. They can win. Run HQ. And that's the thing, like these, okay, the trace 1 here is a problem. 2, 4, 5. So it costs them 10 to get through this. Or no, they get 5 in the logic bomb. And this doesn't matter. I played a game since Worlds, checking easy.net for daily new content. Hyped to get back in the game though. Yo, Cody, soon. It's gonna be really soon. Don't tell my partner it's coming. Oh no. Hit caddy. Going HQ, deck probably has the best odds. Yeah, they know the top of R&D, so getting HQ is definitely their best chance. And also this ice is like a lot better, obviously, if they play viruses. Am I a dickhead for saying to run HQ when you don't have 5 points in there? But they get an access here. Like, this is always the right play. Beanstalk got beans. Good game. They don't know the top of R&D. Oh, Find the Truth is gone. Right, sorry, neutralize all threats. They don't know the top of R&D. But HQ is definitely better because we've been drawing. Well, yeah, it's probably better. Thanks for the game. So what's left in our decks? The top of the deck was a Beanstalk, and then, yeah, there's 3 more agendas. And these are not defensive really in R&D. Well, sort of. If you win the game, you just trash Orzaki to this, or spend a multi-threader. All right, so that's probably a pretty good showing off of what this is. Teasing there's a possibility to win an HQ. Yeah, maybe I'm a shithead for doing that. But it's good. It's the right play. You run HQ there. This is probably a really good example. Like, you saw what it did, the blockchain going up early, but that was a big thing, is like the runner didn't run for like a lot of turns. You also saw in every game so far that like having access to a secondary win condition is probably one of the best things you can do for this list, is just get another way to win, because scoring behind ice isn't always going to work. If they had a better economy, it'd be a problem. And if they put pressure on us so we couldn't do this, it'd be a problem. Like, there's so many turns where we just installed ice, clicked for credits. Like, that's, your opponent should not be letting you do that. So yeah, watch out for that. Beans stonks. Nice. All right, let's dive into some news real quick. There's just some stuff to go over, and then we'll go into a deck list that I've been tuning a bit that I want to try out, playing some prepaid before it's gone. Okay, check this out. Stim hack. let's do this. I haven't read this yet, but Sengrin? Oh, Mike published this, but who wrote this? Did Mike write this or did Sengrin write this? But this article just was posted, I think today or yesterday. Yesterday, it looks like. I haven't read this yet. I just saw this one going onto by checking online because I wanted to show a different article. But there's a whole article here. Sengrin's been doing a lot of testing for single-sided Swiss. If you've been playing in Netrunner tournaments, you know you generally play double-sided Swiss, which means in every matchup, you and your opponent play one runner, one corp, and then flip. So this is about single-sided Swiss. There's a lot of data and graphs and nodes, and I'm excited to read this. So I haven't read this yet, but I imagine it's dope. If you read it, let me know how it goes. Reading this article has shown me that it's not that much of a math, that I'm not that much of a math enthusiast in the end. Oh, it's a colored graph though. You don't need to know math to enjoy colors. That's good. Yeah, Sengrin, that's sick. Thanks for writing this up. I'm gonna check that out for sure. The other thing that was posted, guest author. This is no, this is not the one I wanted to open. We've talked about this before. Eric wrote this before. This is about tech cards. This came out a while ago. It's good art. It's good read though, for sure. But this is Neuropanther wrote this, which is really fucking funny. And it's kind of a review going over a lot of the cards in Netrunner, talking about their flavor text and doing flavor text rankings. And there's this like reoccurring issue with some of the FFG flavor text. And in short, they don't believe in their joke and they always go a bit too far to explain it. It's a funny read. Just pointing out how bad some of the flavor text it is and how close it is to being good before they like, you know, shoot themselves in the leg a bit is a bit of a bummer. Some of these are also a bit more memey, but there's some like really good criticism here on flavor text, which is, you know, actually quite fun. Pants article is top notch. I like this one a lot. I do like this one a lot. Talking about what's good and bad flavor text. Oh my god. Anywho, check that out. That's good stuff. This is other news that came out this week, and I'm interested more to know about, like, for those who are in part of this community. But unfortunately, this just a couple days ago, FFG canceled Legend of the Five Rings. They said it's coming to an end. I think there's one more product in the pipe, like a deluxe set that will be ending up everything. But that's like such a bummer. I've never played this card, this game. I don't know too much about it. I know there's huge hype when it came out. So it's like what, 3 years ago, maybe a bit more. It feels like 3-4 years ago. And there's a community playing it. I have no doubt that this year it has been probably really rough to play and support this game, considering social distancing. I don't know what they're doing. Like, FFG doesn't do online tournaments because they don't have any official platforms to do it. But that's such a bummer for all those people who are out there who are big L5R fans. Wish you all the best. There's definitely still a lot of ways to enjoy the game after it's discontinued. Hopefully community support steps up, but that's such a bummer to hear. And it's like a really big deal, I think, because as of now, FFG has no more competitive LCGs whatsoever. It was a model that people have doubted to some extent, and sometimes it looked really good, but right now it's all just cooperative stuff, right? And Keyforge, which is not really an LCG, is it? So that's a bummer. FFG, obviously, there's been a lot of changes over the last year, and this is a big one. I don't know. People love this game. They really did, obviously, and it's not here anymore. That's a huge bummer. RIP competitive LCGs, yeah, right? It's true, like JRPG dialogue when they go a little too far when explaining a character's going, I agree, yeah. It felt inevitable, but I'm sad it still happened. Yeah, I'd love to hear from L5R communities, whether this was like a total shock, a total surprise, but that's an absolute bummer. In some ways, like, I don't know. There's a lot of this. Like 2017 is what Shadow is saying in chat. So like that's 3 a bit years of product, so it's hard to pick up everything. Then at some point the scarcity shoots in where like it's hard to pick up the stuff if you want to try it or like pick up sets. I don't know. Huge bummer. Sorry y'all, that really sucks. Is Dave Hoyland still King Crab or whatever? Oh yeah, Hatamoto. I don't know how that worked, but there's a lot of Netrunner players that played L5R, and even in our meta there was like some players that were like top shit L5R players. I hope they're doing well. L5R shot itself in the foot with its card pool. Amazing mechanics, terrible implementation. What do you mean by that, Spooky? You say showing the world we don't need no man. Yo, for real though, like I've heard from other communities that have, you know, like their community made projects after, like there's a lot of turmoil and difficulty, and you know the quality varies. Nisei's been absolutely kicking ass. Tobal says, thanks for showing Vault of the Void last week. I've already beaten the game on hard on each class. Hell yeah, Tobal, well done. Glad you're liking it. Check out Ben Nee's channel, Bayoken, if you want actually good content for Vault of the Void. It's a good game. It is. It's good. Sean said, I tried L5R for a little bit, but I could play 3 Netrunner games in the time it took to play 1 L5R game. Plus the community skeeved me out. Yeah, I've heard that the games are pretty long. They were like an hour plus, which, you know, makes it hard. to play a lot of them, or in a tournament it's probably difficult. So I don't know, it's something you can fix. We've heard from the Netrunner designers they want to shorten the length of the games too, so cool. Got 5 cycles, 3 premium boxes, and 7 clan packs, which focused on one clan and kind of boost that one faction up. Clan packs are cool too, right? Because I don't know if you can splash cards out of faction, but the idea that you can buy a product that you're excited about, I guess kind of like what the deluxes were. Okay. It was sort of like Netrunner pre-rotation. All the cards were getting out of hand, but the core gameplay still rocked. Cool. Anywho, yeah, it's a bummer. It's always sorry to hear that. I hope FFG figures out what they're up to, and Asmodee doesn't do Asmodee stuff. This is the Salvage Memories single-sided Swiss tournament that Usengren ran last weekend. I just want to shout it out. The deck lists are really fun. I wish I could see more of this stuff, but Whiteblade takes it at the end, playing a noise deck. Oh my god, I want to see this. I want to see Eric play this noise deck. It is just basically how, if you don't know, we've played on this channel before. Specifically with Eric, we played Throwback. The idea is that you can play you can play one card, like one ID that's rotated, or one set of rotated cards instead. So we played Noise, and we can also now play Cached because it's in Salvage Memories. And this is a deck. Notice it doesn't run the Nihilist. It just runs 0 instead, which is arguably a better Nihilist. And this deck, I want to see what it does. FFG still has Marvel? Yeah, FFG has Marvel. FFG has Arkham. FFG has Keyforge. But no competitive stuff anymore. Which, again, like last year was a terrible fucking year to play physical competitive card games. Like, that sucks. Online tournaments, good. The other thing I want to shout out, Vesper Lockdown 12 is coming up. It is at the end of this month on the 28th, the final day of this month. So do check it out. We talked a bit about Lockdown last week. The deck list of the week was in. There's always a fair bunch of players playing in this. You can sign up. There's a lot of information here to check out. Basically, certain cards are banned. What's banned is going to be published. And IDs have like point scores. Cool. Do they still have a Star Wars license? They need to make a co-op of that maybe. They do some Star Wars games. I think, if I'm not mistaken, some of the people in-house that were doing Star Wars stuff was pushed to a different studio inside the same umbrella. But that might actually be just entirely incorrect, and I might be thinking of the RPGs. Thank you for pouring one out for L5 players on stream. Yo, Shadow. No, of course, anytime. Anybody who like gives a shit to show up to play cards and like do community stuff, and you know, we're all on board on the same team. Lockdown, aka ban all win cons. Yeah, it looks like it. If you consider hedge fund a win con, but this could have a different ban list, so it's always exciting to see what happens. Cool. All right. I wonder if we'll see a co-op card game in the Android universe. It's been a while since we've seen anything in the Android universe. It's a thing they own. I'd be surprised if they didn't do something with it. I'd be interested. Somebody made, I forget who, somebody who's watched this channel made a Android Netrunner, like you can play it on Tabletop Simulator, like a side scenario in the Android world for Arkham Horror, the card game. I like the Arkham Horror card game a heck of a lot. Big fan. Throwback, unban some win cons. Yeah, you can't play DLR. You can't play Data Leak Reversal. You can't play Estelle Moon, and you couldn't play Blackmail. DLR did nothing wrong. DLR forever. I'm on board with y'all. I have a t-shirt, don't worry. Yeah, it was Vincent. It was Use. Hell yeah. I forgot who it was. I knew it was somebody. I played it. I've recently played the Disneyland Arkham Horror thing on TTS. It's super fun. Oh, weird. Cool. I haven't played any side scenarios for a while. All right. This is what we're dealing with. So I realized actually in retrospect that there is a prepaid criminal deck that's currently on NetRunnerDB. This is Nine Sisters Prepaid As list. And let's just talk about what prepaid VoicePad is and start building. Miskatonic Mouse, I think it was called. Oh, that's amazing. We played Arkham last night. We started like 8:30. We generally go to like midnight. We were done in an hour. One of our guardians died on turn 1. I'm not talking more about that. It was rough. It's really rough. Okay, so talk about this. Prepaid VoicePad. For those who don't know, this was at one point a cornerstone of one of the strongest decks in all of Netrunner. Prepaid VoicePad is a card. Here, if I edit this, it'll be easier to see. Prepaid VoicePad is a new comeback from Salvage Memories. It's very simple, not a lot of text on it, a lot of flavor text. You pay 2, and it gives you a recurring credit to play events. Now, I've dismissed this card on the idea that it's a Rozeki with more effort, and that's probably correct, but I feel like there's a lot of events that you can get this done. Now, on the same time that I wanted to play Prepaid VoicePad, I've also always wanted to build or try and fail at building a Rubicon Switch, any basically sort of derez deck. And I realized that there's some elements here that overlap, so we started making this. When I started this deck, I actually did have Az, and the reason why Prepaid VoicePad was so good is it was largely played in Kate McCaffrey, Az's mother, who once per turn, the first time per turn that she installed a hardware or program, you installed it for 1 fewer credit. So Prepaid VoicePad came down for 1 credit, and then if you use that credit that turn, you're basically credit neutral. It reduces the cost of this thing in half, so you're up and running. She also installed a lot of other stuff. So the idea was to play this in Az and then go from there. But then I realized really quickly, like, there's not a lot of Az triggers in here. At some point, this deck also had like security nexus and a lot of awful stuff, but this is where we've landed now that we are on Prepaid VoicePad. So the idea is that we have Prepaid VoicePad. We have 27 events, which we'll talk about those in a second. We have Onicom, which is sick because it makes your events also draw into more events, which is one of the best things you can be doing in a prepaid voice deck. And then you have some other stuff. You have Daily Casts, which is fine. You have Miss Bones, which you need to in the meta. And then you have Class Act, which is really good. And this is where I immediately realized if we play Az is going to fire like 5 times a game. Once on our Onicom, maybe actually multiple times on Boomerangs, on the 2 prepaid voice pads we trigger, the 1 Rubicon we install, and then maybe Miss Bones and maybe Class Act. So Az was immediately out of the question. Immediately out of the question, unfortunately. So the McCaffrey name is not going to live on like that. So then I decided to play some really fun events, and I realized, you know what's a good card? This is a hella good card. If you never poke the remote server and you're able to play this card for free, that is incredibly powerful. If this for 0 credits run the remote server when they derez all their ice, like that's just kind of nutty. So I want to try this and get some derez stuff. And then we have Rubicon Switch on top of it, which ideally is a way for us to leverage our hopefully massive credit lead because prepaid VoicePad is good. And then derez some ice and be really annoying. And I think it's neat. I'm excited to try it. We also have a lot of good events because there's a lot of good events. You want to play events that cost more than 1 credit. So Bravado, obviously, that's sick. It's a criminal card we can play now. Deuces Wild is good. Dirty Laundry is good. Diversion of Funds, pretty great. Falsified Credentials is also really good when we have other cards like Boomerang, Inside Job, and Leave No Trace to pressure the remote server. So that's really nice. We also have Legwork, which is fantastic. We have a single special order and Sure Gamble. So we have 27 events right now, which is probably going to ensure that we can fire off our prepaids every turn. Then we just have some breakers. I don't love this. I have double Buckalter, which probably could be a single, but we only have a single inside job, a special order. I have a Paperclip, an Amina, and a Stargate. Okay. Now, obviously we have too many cards, and since thinking about this, I'm pretty sure we might be better off by just going to Ken and having more influence, so that we can play maybe like Dirty Laundries or whatever the heck that we want. Playing Ken is probably good too, because that also makes us money off of playing most of our events. I don't know if we have enough run events. We have Bravado, Deuces isn't a run event, Bravado, Dirty, Diversion, Inside Job, Leave No Trace, Legwork. So we have a fair bit. There's a big chance that Los will just get us more money in the long run. But I think you can go either way and have more influence. We have too many cards now, so hopefully we can get down from there. Let's see. ECM Puff, I'm probably saying that awful. Derez but no Leela? Yeah, that's fine. Like, Leela's bouncing is definitely very powerful. For what it's worth, like, it's probably best to just play this deck in Leela or 419 because their abilities are just universally the best. Regardless of your game plan, 9 out of 10 times, but I'm not going to do that. I want to try Los because, you know, nobody does. STS wrecks you? Yeah, STS is a problem. STS is really a problem. At that point, we just have to, like, hopefully that we can get through Leave No Trace, Boomerang, and like, that's the thing is if we play 419, we play Amakua, and then we can threaten the not rezzing stuff and then like run archives to get counters, and then we have Falsified and Deuces. There's a really good reason why we should be running Amakua and 419, but I'm trying not to do that. Now let's look at this other list. This is the prepaid Az list that's posted here. It does some really cool stuff. It has a similar breaker suite, but it doesn't have multi-access. It has Passport too, which is pretty cute because Amina is really expensive. I think the Passport is actually probably a really good idea. It has a turning wheel too for multi-access, which is nice. It doesn't have a lot of run events. Like, it only has a single legwork, which I thought they'd have more. Double Class Act, double Miss Bones, and Caddy Jones is probably okay. I think it's probably a bit too slow card, and maybe we're faster than that. It also has Paragon. I'm surprised this list doesn't have Anacom because it helps with the draw, and it has Boomerang and all that. This list also has Diesel, and I think at this point, if you're playing prepaid and you want to get card draw, you probably, and not 100%, but you might want to consider I've Had Worse, because a lot of times you can play that credit for free, and it's also just a good card as defense. And then it's not always true, because a lot of times you're going to Diesel and then play an event, so using the event off the credit off prepaid VoicePad maybe isn't what you want to do, but I feel like it's interesting. You also have Blueberry Diesel, which is a card I just don't like. And with Paragon, maybe you don't even need as much, but it lets you find your breakers sooner, and they don't have that many breakers, just like we don't. And everything else is largely the same besides the derez package. They also have this card, and this card is it's okay. I'm honestly not, I don't know. This card used to be so strong. Like, this was the cornerstone of the prepaid decks, and it's worth knowing that prepaid decks were really, really good for a lot of reasons. A lot of it is that they had huge prepaid economy and things like Lucky Find. And then at some point in the game, they would play Levy AR Lab Access for only 2 credits. And then their deck would be mostly events at that point. And then they would just be gas. Lucky Find at this point, getting 6 credits for 2 influence actually seems like a hard bargain, but it's something we could consider putting into the deck if we really wanted to for old time's sake. There's also some interesting other cards that we cut out of the deck, like High Stakes Run, the 6 credit gain 12 card, which honestly is pretty interesting with a derez deck, but slots are slots. We're already 4 cards over. So this is fascinating. This is really fascinating. I don't know what to do. If only we could have Steve. Yeah, soon. Steve would actually be pretty good in the list. Free Quality Time is Nutso. Yeah, Quality Time is Nutso too. I think that list also still ran Proco though, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Proco as well. But yeah, Quality Time Diesel, like, you were really good. Hopefully Anacom gets far enough. So yeah, I think the derez package might be like a bridge too far. I think the Leave No Traces are fine, but we could also be running like 3 inside jobs, 3 spearfishing, even always have a backup plan. Let's go from here. Gain 27 Levy, gain 27 was a good strat. You can do some wild stuff. So we obviously have some weakers with the Breaker Suite. Our multi-axis is entirely tied into the Stargate and the 2 legworks, which is probably okay. We have no way to tutor this, and we don't have filtration. Well, we do have class act, so that's not true. What do we cut? What do we cut here? And I feel like it can't be 27 events. So like, it's going to be like cut Rubicon. Like, that's the bummer about this. Also, this was what's it called? This was actually in the deck at one point where we had way more ways to interact with tags, because I was also trying Backlund Botchkin, which is a card that I never gave enough time. But we also had, what's the one with the Hot Pursuit, which is really nice in a prepaid deck, right? Like gain 9, obviously you pay for the run, but when you pay this for free, oh my god, it's good. Cut 1x, Leave No Trace. That's the thing that I'm most excited to play though. Like, I want to leave this at 3 just to see how bad it is or how good it is. Too many inside jobs? I'd argue probably. Maybe we can cut 1. Maybe we can cut 1. Inside job is really good though. I'm not going to cut a Leave No Trace. I'm going to cut a inside job. I'm cut a falsified. If you're low, so you can cut some money. Yeah, we could hope. Maybe we'll cut a cast. Let's play 46. I'm the kind of guy who can sleep at night when they play a 46 card deck. So let's try this. Daijin, Emergency Shutdown. Yeah, Emergency Shutdown's the thing you could play, and maybe it's better than Rubicon Switch. I'd believe it. You know, it's an event that costs 0. It draws the Anacom though. It forces us to get HQ. Hopefully we just have enough money for Rubicon, but I doubt it. It's also worth knowing that if we're doing a derez package, like, we probably want to play Kiros McIntyre. You could consider running Xanadu. You could consider running Cortez, is that his name? Fernando Cortez? We're not running any of that because we're also running a prepaid package. So I think we're a bridge too far. I think we are slightly a bridge too far. I wasn't trying to make Dinah's hunt work. I didn't push it to slot 3x. Yeah, but that's because it's 12 influence. You would have if you could, man. 3x LNT and Rubicon seems like overkill. Okay, let's find out. Let's find out. I don't honestly know how to export this without doing it this way. I think Maddie's making cookies. It smells like cookies up in here. Nice. Runner deck. Repaid Los. Get it? Because of derezing? Oh my god, it's gonna be such a good deck when I don't publish this eventually when it's terrible. You need a good name, and we got it. A bridge too far? Hey, that's most of the decks we make. Oh, we did make. Oh, we did chose Los. Okay. I like Forge activation orders and derez decks too. Yeah, yo, I hear you. Unfortunately, that card is actually not in standard anymore. Surprisingly. I don't think anyone thought that was going to happen. Is prepaid a reason to play Lucky Find anymore? It is. Unfortunately, it's so influence hungry. If we had extra influence, I think we would do it. I just feel like there's better things for the slot. And I feel like in Criminal, like that was the thing in Shaper, you didn't have a lot of events to make money, especially back then. But in Criminal, you have a lot. Like you do have Bravado, which is a really big deal. So you could argue, I think it's less necessary. Also, that card got better if you could play it multiple times. So if you had recursion, we'll see. Paulina, okay. Well, they're gonna get a lot of money because they're gonna draw a lot. We open with a class act, we open with no hard money, and we open with a prepaid voice pad. So from here, this opening hand, we probably want to mulligan it. I think I'd mulligan this. Like we would definitely want to open with a prepaid, but our opening turns here are kind of rough. We do prepaid, leave no trace HQ. No, we probably just click 3 play class act. I'm gonna mull this. I thought it was in system core. Yeah, me too. It was in revised core, but it wasn't in system core, unfortunately. Yeah, it seems good. I don't know if the missed bones is going to matter if they're Locosta, yeah. But we also have the early diversion, which is, you know, a thing with Boomerang. It's only weak to Anansi if they have 8, but at that point they spend 8. Damage Inc. is a damning name when we're playing against a Jinteki deck. Oh my god. I don't feel safe. Okay, so here we can consider doing like Snap, Boomerang into Diversion. On average, they pay like 3 credits to res their ice here. Do we draw this turn? We could do Sure Gamble, Boomerang, Diversion. I like that. So what's bad here? That's fine. We got 2 credits off of that. We're gonna lose the Boomerang, but they also don't have money. I don't think they trash the Boomerang. I think they just lose 2 credits here. Maybe it's worth denying a Boomerang, but I don't know. Okay. Why break the sub? Because we have Boomerang. Thanos, what did I miss something? Like this is where you just slam them with leave no trace. Don't break first sub? Oh, because I assumed they were going to pop it. If they pop it, we don't want to give them money. Okay, so that looks like an NGO front, so obviously we can't run that. So we can set up. Fuck it. Let's go. This is our prepaid derez deck. Turn 1 Stargate. Obokata IPO, Obokata. I'm actually going to trash the IPO. Yeah, there's a chance they ETR'd. And if we didn't break the subroutine, then they definitely ETR. So they drew an Obokata, they have Obokata on top of their deck. Those are useless cards for them right now. If they score them, it's fine for us. So it's okay with them drawing it. I didn't want them to draw the IGO. Sorry, the IPO, because they can play it after NGO front. What would be rough here if this wasn't the Obokata? Sneaky draw last click? Well, at that point we want to do it because we want to draw, you know. You want to draw more than once a turn. Well, we'll start with the Stargate. I don't know what this is. Could be Rashida. Obokata, Excalibur, Thimble Rig. We don't deal with Excalibur very well. I'll deal with that. Okay, I'm gonna deuce this here. Okay, we'll keep drawing. So we can get down to prepaid, but we don't have any way to use it, so I'm just gonna put down the daily cast. So far, Los is triggered once, not bad. So there's Rashida. So now they're gonna draw into the Thimble Rig, which can go in R&D relatively well. If they res it though, we hit and end the run and gain 2. They also drew the Obokata and 2 unknown cards, but now we are looking really poorly. They have 2 Obokatas in hand though, and 20 credits, so fuck us. That's what we have to install to get through what's it called? All right, this is just bad. It's not good no more. Double prepaid. Okay, that's all our money. Okay. You always get a better card if you draw on last click. Power drawing, hell yeah. The card you didn't plan for is always the best card. Card and server 1. Again, advanced, that's a really big deal. And you say anything else. We are very far behind. At this point, we just have to face tank. The issue here is like if we end up leave no tracing into just a thimble rig, like it's really bad for us. Also, if we lose this to damage, it's gonna be, you know, very bad for us. So the question is, where's the thimble rig? Since when? Power drawing? It's a new term. It's what we're gonna tell new players. It's a rite of passage. We're gonna be sarcastic now to new players. That's our new player experience. So leave no trace here is honestly, it's okay. We could leave no trace here. If we hit an Anansi though, it's really, really bad for us. I think we will leave no trace though. What do we draw into here that's better? Fuck it, I'm gonna leave no trace. Do we install this first? No. Let's go. Res. This card is hella strong. I'm convinced. We didn't play Los not to recklessly play leave no trace. Exactly. It's just if there's the thimble rig here, it's so bad for us. It's so bad for us. Engram Flush. Okay, that's pretty bad for us. Named event. Okay, that's fine. So we still don't die to Anansi. We gain 2 credits. This has to be an end the runner. Okay. So this trace actually matters because we can force our trace through the second one. So we'll take the 2 tags, I guess. And this actually is awkward for them. They have to spend 1 credit. 2 credits. Okay, good. So now we know if we can run back. They know exactly what's in our hand, which is a problem. But like leave no trace is so good. They spent a lot of money on that. We took 2 tags. The tags are going to be a problem. Stargate, I think, is a thimble rig here. And Los is once a turn. I think we just need to draw. So now we know we can put a boomerang in here and run through and they'll eat our Amina. I think we have to do it. They're going to res everything on the remote though. The problem about like running aggressively here is Rubicon doesn't do anything. So we're going to lose our Amina though. This is probably not worth it. They don't know that. But like how much money are they going to spend here? Like they can't res this. Oh, they resed it? Whoa. I guess that makes sense against a leave no trace deck. I swear to God, if we get rused here. If it's an oboe? No way. It's not an oboe. They wouldn't have traced into it if it was an oboe. That would have been next level garbage if it was an oboe. So that's huge. Stealing an Nisa token. Is it worth the Amina? I don't know. So now the oboe is alive and well. And now the thimble rig is like the biggest issue for us. So we have to like Rubicon down the thimble rig. I don't know. That's really good though. Like I think we just do Stargate with this. And we're in no rush. Fuck it, value. If we get the Rubicon, we're okay. And therein lies the issue with leave no trace. It's now pretty unimpressive. Well, no, we can do it for Centrals. We can do it for Centrals. It's still okay. It's not good with this. It would be better with like Turning Wheel. But you're right. The thing is, like, if we built a Rubicon deck with like 3 Rubicon, then we could be really annoying. Because like we could just derez this thing. We also could play other derez cards. Is LNT remote only? No, it's any server. Yeah, make a run. That's it. Their money is very, very good though. Like that makes our what's it called look bad. That makes our builder Battle World look really, really bad. So we have to get an Obakata off HQ. So it's 2 and 4. So we just need to draw into Obakata. That's sick value. So we need to install the Bug Altar. We can't afford to lose the Bug Altar. And then next turn we do Boomerang draw. Yeah, we have to install this. Boomerang also does get through the server, right? Like you can leave no trace through this, put the Boomerang and leave no trace and come back. As long as it's not the Obakata, because then the damage from the Engram Flush doesn't matter. Los has made 4 credits so far. Okay. That's fine. That's an Obakata. You can score that. Hopefully they forget we're tagged. Because we could do Boomerang, run HQ. We also gonna get just money off of this. I'm just gonna try and get money. I'm gonna hopefully gain 5. That's a Obokata, right? It's a Bio Vault. Fuck! That's really good to know. That also ends up eating our Boomerang once we use it. That's a big issue for us. That seems like a Lacosta deck now. Obviously, like, losing our Amina means we're gonna struggle to fucking win. We need like a sneak door that's not in the deck. All right, so hopefully we just draw into yeah, that Rubicon. Let's see if they trash this thing. I don't think we're that upset. Pay 4 to draw 4, whatever. This looks like Zandoria's bonsai deck. They trashed it. Boom incoming. Got him. All right, so this is the biggest issue is we don't have a coder. So we know that they're on Thimble Rig. What else could they be on? They're definitely on like 3 Engram Flush. Probably Slot Machine. Now we'll get the Onacom down. Oh, I should not have done it like that. So this is going to draw too many cards. So we'll remove a tag, gain 3. So then we have to wait for next turn for this. So I'll show our hand here. I'll show them what they're playing against. We'll run. Gain 2, derez. Be total shitheads. If you see border control and it's triple surveyor, triple BC, I'd believe that in most lists though. I think double border control is what to put him at. But surveyor doesn't deal too well with the Boomerang, but you know, the Bio Vault does help a heck of a lot. Now they're jamming the oboe. Okay. So what are our options here? Like, what are our options? We could Boomerang the Surveyor. Oh, but we need access with 4 cards. Okay, so the Engram Flush is like a really big deal. I think we want them to score that, because then they go down to not a lot of money. Yeah, we have this, so we can face check into Book Altar. Yeah, that's fine. Or into Anansi. Oh, we drew a card, gave him credit, of course. Maybe not Slot Machine of 3 border control, 3 surveyor? 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10. Oh, you're literally right. They can't. Yeah, you're totally right. I just want to get 1 res here, and then we'll derez it with Rubicon. And again, we do have the defense if they hit us with anything besides a DNA tracker. No further action. I love this. Okay, that's a problem. If they take our 2 Boomerangs, we're fucked. They named Resource? Hell yeah. We can still steal no Obokata if we really want to. They know our whole hand. CVS, okay. I'm going to trash that because I'm assuming that they're on Cyberdeck Sandbox and that gives them something to put in the remote. So do we derez this for 3? I think we do. Again, having a Kiros McIntyre would be such a big deal. And so next turn we just like bravado into HQ. Interesting to call resource when you're tagged. I think they are doing that though because they assume we're tagged, so we have a lot of resources in hand. Oh fuck! It isn't the Bio Vault. That's really bad because that's good for tempo. Isn't it 2 to derez? What? Wait, how much is it? Oh yeah, it is 2. Thanks. I overpaid. Okay, so now we have to deal with their. This actually easily could be a macrophage. So I'm gonna draw 1 just so that we could steal Obokata if we really wanted to. I paid 3 to derez. Should have been 2. Keep forgetting Engram Flash costs 2. This card costs 2. It's crazy. I'll draw here. Losing to 2 Boomerangs to Obokata is probably game losing. R&D is a problem too, because if they res 2 pieces of ice, we're in a bad spot. And the Thimble Rig looks like it's here. Not resing. Oh wait, they're gonna hit our Boomerangs! Oh! Okay, wait, that was really stupid of me. What is I thinking? So now we can't steal the Obokata. We died a snare. Oh my god, guys. Yeah, okay, this one's done. No action. Nailed it. Damn, he's good. Okay, well, we're never gonna break this anymore. The Obokata's gonna be safe forever. Okay, we have to like just go in all in. Yeah, we lost a boomerang, so we have one boomerang. No, we have no boomerang, so we literally can't break a code gate. We just have to derez it. So they have 2 code gates in a row, then it's bad. And with Thimble Rig, they can make it. I wonder if we can just keep derezing Thimble Rig. That's a border control. Do we derez that? So they pay 2, we pay 2. Lamau. So we know it's a border control into Thimble. Yeah, we're not gonna win this. Thimble Rig locks you out? Yeah, sort of. Yeah, with Rubicon Switch, probably, because we have no good way to do. We can inside job it. We have 3 inside job in the list, or 2 actually. We cut it down. Shit. A diversion would be good. It goes through here pretty easily. We also can just leave no trace R&D for singles. Fine. Good enough, right? Like if we actually get a 2-pointer off a leave no trace single, oh my god, we're in the money. Looks like an Obokata. We know there's one in hand. I just tuned in. Did you lose decoder to damage? Limes, yo, what up? Yeah, we did. Well, no, actually, no, we did to Engram Flush. We sacrificed our 1 decoder to steal a Nisei Mark II. It was not a good play. They had full information. Shouldn't have done it. There's Excalibur. Excalibur is going to goof us up, but at least we don't have to derez it. Barring border control and fireball, but we can't play around this. Yeah, it's a big oof. It is a big oof. We were playing like really way too fast and loose, but like the deck is doing what we wanted it to do. Imagine we did have like more derez stuff, right? Like Ren HQ, we derez the surveyor, run the remote. Like we have some cool plays. It's slightly better to play than losing 2 boomerangs to Engram. Yo, we definitely should have boomeranged the Engram. Like we 100% fucked that up so bad to the point where like we're gonna lose the game now. Like if we boomeranged that, we would have been fine. Like that's a real big woof. 6? Wait, Los Fires is only 6 credits? I feel like it's 8. It must be 8. Is it not 8? Yeah, it's 8. Thinking. Okay, so what do we do here? We can leave no trace R&D for a single. Yeah, that's good enough. Oh, it's actually kind of bad, right? Because they res the border control. Wait, hold on. Because we just want to get our paperclip before we do that. Okay, there you go. Oh, meant the up carrot. Okay, got it. So we can't dirty laundry archives anymore because they have a Cyberdex Virus Suite. If they score that, it's scary, but at least they'll be only on 5 credits. So I think we can draw once. Legwork's good. Because we're assuming there's an Obokata in there. So like in theory we have a win. I don't know. We could definitely still win this. Did I just res the Thimble Rig a bunch? Yeah, that's fine. We derez it a bunch. Maybe we win on HQ. If we force them to keep resing the Thimble Rig though, like they're gonna run out of money. This Biovault though is a bigger. Oh, never mind. Their hand is 2 Obokatas. Oh, never mind. They're not gonna run out of money. What are we talking about? That's an Obokata, my friends. Okay, leave no trace. R&D for singles. Let's go. Are you playing with Salvage Memories? Medium over Stargate if you care about run events? Yeah, Robert. We're actually only on Stargate. Medium is definitely a consideration. The problem is like we don't run too often. You're right, it's way better with run events, but I think the bigger issue right now is like everyone's tech. Like everyone has this shit. Sandbox. I don't love medium right now. Yeah, right? Exactly. Like this. This is what we're worried about. Such sick value. Leave no trace. Free run. So we could legwork here and steal an Obokata. Well, no, we can't. If they call event, we can't. And they should call event, right? We also could consider tracing through this. Oh no, but we have to do it twice. Yeah, I think everything's bad. Everything's really bad here. We don't really have a play. We could inside job HQ, hope they res here, because it seems like an expensive card to steal no Bacata. I think we have to. And if they res this, then we hit the engram flush. If they call events, we still get the access. But if they res here so that we don't inside job the engram, oh yeah, they go through an Anansi. Oh wait, we take 3 damage. At least we can derez the Anansi. So we're gonna jack out here. Yeah, we have to derez the Anansi. Okay, that's a huge swing. That's a really big swing. Oh, it's a Nisei token. Fucking shit. We always think it's gonna be the Obakata. Don't you need to also run on Ubo? No, it just, you can only res something, derez something, res this turn, and once per turn. There's no HQ rules on that. Oh my god, now we lose. Now we 100% lose. If that was the Obakata, that would have been good, because then they'd be, you know, not have that much money. Yeah, this is looking real bad. But the prepaid VoicePAD economy, that was pretty good. Oh, wait. We can steal no Bacata here. They'd have to pop their bio vault. We can do draw inside job HQ. Because they can't res the outside. We're going to get 5 points. It's going to be a close game. Wow, they can't res the Nanti. Exactly. This is an 8 credit ice. So we're not going to get our Los trigger, but they either pop the Nisei token or this. They actually probably don't. They have two 5/3s in hand. They really don't have a reason to do that. I'd be surprised if they pop something here, considering that they just score the next one. And it's still only a 50% chance of hitting it. They could do it. I think it's conservative. Like, they don't need to. It's cautious. Sending a message, though, is right. If the list is the one I published, here it is. So far, it's the same. Yeah, no ways. Anybody else's Discord wigging out? Yo, Deadmouth. No, what's up? They only pop if there's other agendas. We know, Floofy, that there's 2 Obakatas in there, but that's the thing. If there's other agendas, that's why they shouldn't pop, right? Yeah, there you go. Okay. So they just jammed the next one next turn, and we did draw a card for free, right? Because of the Anacom. Long-time viewer, first-time chatter. Yo, welcome. Thanks for taking the time. So we have to win exactly this turn. Now, the cool thing is if we run R&D, we know that they can't res both of these. So it's either the border control or the thimble rig. If they res the thimble rig, that's the right res, because we can't get through it, I realize. And then if they res the thimble rig, they still have money. Oh no. I thought, yeah, if they res the thimble rig, we can't get through it. We have to like draw an inside job, but somebody convinced me to get rid of my 3rd inside job in this good deck. If we played this, I think we had a chance here. If we played this well. I think this deck has legs, but I think things need to be tuned. Maybe the Stargate isn't right. Maybe it just should be turning wheel because we slam a lot of single runs. I wouldn't be surprised if that's right. Rongy, what up? Run derez Stargate, run that is. Yeah, but they have 2 end the runs with Nisei and Biovault, so it's not gonna hold. Oh, rewrite, run derez run. I think we're short. I think we're short, but we'll try it. I think you're right that if they do everything, they might not have enough money. We actually made a fair bit of Los money. But at this point, they just do double end the run. Like, we can't do anything. Right? Like, run, end the run, end the run. They have exactly enough credits. GG. Credit perfect. Fucking credit perfect. Well played. They made good calls. They played that really well. You can maybe try drawing through engram and oboe steal Nisei. Well, that's the second oboe, so it's going to be really impossible. It's really difficult. Good game. And also, if we run HQ, right? Like, we could run through this. Anything in hand? That's actually a good question. Because we knew that was always going to fail. That we should have ran HQ, because we know what this is, and the engram doesn't matter. Hey, thanks, you too. If there was one agenda in hand, which is really unlikely considering how many agendas on the table, we had a chance in HQ. Because we could have just ran through this over and over again and actually seen 2 cards. Ooh, nice. Yeah, we couldn't have done it. No rip deal, because we have no way of accessing more than 1 card. Rip Deal would be good if we ran, specifically Rip Deal would be good if we ran HQ interface, but more likely turning wheel. But Rip Deal for a single recursion is pretty shit. Yeah, it's surprisingly close. Like, I think if we played that better and more cautiously, we could do it. I think we can definitely tune the deck. I want to try this again because, like, it felt good. It honestly felt good. The Leave No Traces were, like, fine. And they have good money. Like, this is an economic ability, which I guess most Glaciers are. Damn, yeah. Your early pushes, oh my god. Also, we could have Stargated Obacadas. Like, that was on us. We didn't do that. They did have one preemptive. I knew you had 2 oboes, and everything you jammed, I thought you'd go low on credits, and everything wasn't oboe. Well played. Yeah, they played that really well. Like, there's so many turns where we thought we were just gonna, like, you know, get over the hill, crest the hill. Yeah, we'll run it back. Turns out Rubicon Switch is good. It's okay. It's okay. It's not bad. The thing is, like, if you want to build into Rubicon Switch, you probably play Amakua. You probably play, I don't know if you want to play Flip Switch, but you also want to play Kyros McIntyre. You want to play the other guy who increases costs, Hernando Cortez. Exactly. Yeah, they play that great. Thoughts on Rubicon and Leela? Anthony, it's good as long as you have the money for it. And even then, not necessarily. Like, I think derezing cards to be able to bounce them isn't always great. Like, I think you want more pressure, and I guess Leela does pressure. I feel like it's just a criminal card that's good enough if you have an economy, and it doesn't matter who you play with. Leela does obviously have the interaction of face down ice being bounceable, but yeah, it's good. The deck archetype is great for learning, playing around install advanced mind trick bluffs with NGO Coast Default. Yeah, 100%. Maddie, my partner, like, I set her up. I helped her build out of her, like, card pool, like a polynomial list that's very similar to that. Like, you have many things you can put in a remote, all of them advanceables, all of them feel good for you, and she's performing really well with it, which is, like, really fun. I think it's a great deck to jump into the game on. And Maddie doesn't play, like, a lot of Netrunner, so it's very good performance. Yeah, we're a runner. Let's go. Flip switch tech traders into Rubicon. You definitely don't have enough triggers to do all the tech trader setup, and flip switch probably isn't worth playing. Maybe you just play Nero, am I right? How many plan Bs she's running? Oh, that's a good question. Fuck. It's hard to score your Niseis with plan B, you know. Man, L5R ending has gotten me back into all these awesome games. Doomtown Never. Yo, Marcus, welcome. We talked a bit about it earlier today. It's a real bummer that L5R had to end, especially after a year where, like, you know, they're given no advantages, considering competitive play is kind of hard. But Doomtown Netrunner, you're in a good spot. Again, I showed this earlier. This came in the mail today. Good cards. Shattered remains OP. It's a lot of games on tonight. It's 19 games. That's really good. Really, really good. Yeah, I think we can tune this list. It's 10:40. We can probably get 2 more games in. Not too late. Chinch, what's up? I miss L5R. Was quite into it for a while and still have good friends in the scene. Hopefully they're doing all right. Ooh, sports medal. We have Stargate. That's good. It could be just straight combo and we don't have Imp or anything besides Stargate. So we want to get diversion, boomerang, early pressure. Legwork is like kind of like if it's a combo deck, and it easily could be a combo deck. Oh, Lolgasm. Oh man. I hope they don't have to go to the bathroom. Hey. It's not a bad opening. Bravado doesn't do a lot in the early game when they might not be too ice heavy. And if it's combo, all we basically do is get Stargate. So we're gonna mulligan this. Yeah, that's better. Early doof can be a big deal. Albeit it's kind of hard to keep them down. Is Doomtown easy to affordable to get into, or is there too much to buy at this point? Jigdivis, if you want to get everything, it's a bit difficult. They try to make it easy and pack everything together, and you can buy cheap sets specifically. But the best thing Doomtown did is the exact same thing that Netrunner did, where if you go to drive-through games, you can buy starter decks for each faction. They're relatively cheap. You get like the deck plus like a sideboard of 10 cards, which is really cool. They tell you how to play it, what to substitute, strategy. Just get that. Honestly, I have all the Doomtown cards, and I play 90% of that on kitchen table, and I would probably be fine with that if I didn't have a problem with collecting things. Yeah, 100% would recommend. It's not hard to find. You can get it off of, sorry, 1 second. You just go to, I'll do it after my turn. I'll show you where you can get it. You can get it. 100% can get it. It's actually pretty easy. Maybe too easy. They're fucking leaving that trace. Oh, thinking. Paperclip's good. They have meridians. Vanilla, Hagen. Good stuff. I feel like we're just dirty laundering. Now the issue here is if we leave no trace into a gatekeeper, I think we lose. Like that's a losing trade. Okay, not an exciting turn. We didn't lose this turn. Okay, you just want to go to Pine Box Entertainment. Just put that into the Google machine. Okay, go to store. Go to collections list, and they have bundles. Like, check this out. Shit, they don't have bundles. Don't look there. But Doomtown. So the base kit, it's discounted. It's $20. Sick. All the expansions are here. The old expansions are on sale for $7.50. But if you go to Drive-Thru Games, the same place you can get NISA cards printed, they have the starter decks and best. But all this stuff is discounted. Core set $20 like is incredible. It's not a full playset. If you want a full playset, you need two. But just start at the core stuff. You're fine. We just boomerang that, or we leaving a trace it? There are 4, so it's either Gatekeeper or Hagen. I feel like we can just do front it. Secret Arc Lockdown Tech. They could be. Thinking. So we have some options here, right? Because we have so many ways to attack servers, trying to figure out the right one. So leave no trace, right? They could res a Gatekeeper, fine. Then we can run back. I think we're just gonna leave no trace. Otherwise, I don't know what we're doing with it. Doof them first, we could. They probably just res ice though. And if they have a vanilla, I guess it doesn't matter. This is such a bad trade for them. We gain 2. Hopefully their subroutines matter. Let me move my face. NGO, okay. So now the doof is better. The cat's out of the bag though. Seriously, this card's nuts. So now we could do doof into boomerang. The only thing that hits us a bit is like Fairchild 3. I'm gonna do it. We throw away our doof, which is bad. I mean our boomerang, which is bad because we have nothing else to charge the remote. But now they don't have probably enough money to res this and duck the siphon. You see exactly. This is what we want. We want them to have more money because otherwise they just res the Hagen. Like if we doof there, it would have been actually pretty bad for us in hindsight. Because now they have literally no credits, which means the only thing they can do is click for credits. Because you don't, like, yeah, diversion to 0 is one thing. Diversion for money is another thing. So that's probably just an agenda they're giving to us. Yo, Jogging, what up? We did get 2 credits. We could just run here. I don't know what they res for 2. This will be up for the whole game, though, but we do have access to Paperclip. So Mason Bellamy, I have no read on this list anymore. Probably border control. Ikawa project? I don't know what this is. That is a surprise and a half. All right, let's go find our prepaids. Yeah, we have double Bagalters, huh? Probably Rashida? Yeah, maybe, but I think they'd protect Rashida. Like, it made more sense if it was some garbage. Install advance. Okay, so that looks like an NGO front. Otherwise, if it's an agenda, I don't think we care. So we can just take some time here to set up. That's a setup card. Oh shit, this is probably bad for our deck. We probably need to play another passport instead of a Bagalter. I don't know. Casts is good. Amina has too much money. We don't need a second Bagalter. They score an NGO ad here, we're fine. I don't know what else they can score out. Like they can do credit, advance, score Meridian, gain 5. It's not bad. I just want to run it and then hit. Like they look like they have bigger ice if they're on Mason Bellamy. Like they want us to break the subroutines. That's silly. Most icy do that, huh? Oh, we're at 7 cards. Oh, piss. Oh, that's bad. I miscounted. Okay. Well, we get rid of one of those. I guess we get rid of the Bravado. No, that's the only money we have in our hand. Well, not true. Well, next turn we probably boomerang into diversion if that's an NGO front. You done? No. It's likely Gingerless? It kind of looks like it. I'd be upset if it was. At least we can Stargate. Toss deuces? I don't know. Because deuces is draw and we need draw more than we just need money here. Last click Violet level clearance, so that's good that they iced that up first. They 100% play Ginger? That looks like a Ginger. And we will lose to Ginger. At least Ginger is weak to I guess, to some extent. So if we inside job here, yeah, violet level clearance also looks like Jinja. Jinja is gonna be a huge issue for us. So we need to get Rubicon down stat. So this puts an awkward fork on them because if they res, we get 2 credits. If they don't res, whatever. And then we just trash their Jinja. It's not looking good. Doof him into hell. It's kind of hard. They have 2 ice now. Oh, I guess we could doof this and then paperclip that. I just don't think we have the money. Vitruvius. Oh, okay. HQ is probably super flooded by now. Yeah, I think there's probably 2 or 3 agendas in here. Let's see if they draw 2. If they draw 2, it looks worse for them. They gain 2 credits. Yeah, that makes sense. We could have put them down to camp first. A smarter man would have, maybe. Yeah, a smarter man would have. I hope they're not in Jinja. This Miss Bones is probably worth the money. Shit. Why Passport over Abagnale? I feel like the list is enough money to justify install cost. Well, so Passport's really good for early central servers, obviously. Abagnale is really expensive, and if I can afford Abagnale, I probably can afford Amina. So that's either a 5-3 or the last NGO front. I'm going to bet it's not the last NGO front. And if it is last the NGO front, that's fine. They're all at the game. Seder, okay. Could have also paperclipped that. We're not going to. It's res. We got 4 credits so far. Fuck. All right, well, we still got to go through to shovel our boomerang. If we do this, we're going to end on cards. I guess we'll just install Anacom. I hate installing Anacom and not using it the turn we use it. But whatever, we need a prepaid. Amina's credit tax also helps with derez. Yeah, it's very relevant once you get it up, right? Like then they just don't res. And this does look like Jinja if they're playing Seder, for sure. Single advance. Okay, so I think we need more inside jobs here. Man, no pads yet, huh? So we could bravado this. Fairchild 3 is kind of rough. We just trashed this. Let the end the run fire. Pay 3. We also could just focus on installing all our breakers, which seems like a good line of play. So the right play might actually be here to bravado HQ. We playing derez here? Yeah, JTFQ we are. We are playing a prepaid list with a bit of derez. More prepaid than derez, for what it's worth. So this is 6 credits to get through. I think they can score an agenda here. What's the bad one? I don't know what's bad here. I'm gonna go HQ. Hagen doesn't hurt us. Gatekeeper does hurt us. But they have no Jinja. And now this is 0, which doesn't change much. Oh, it does change for Amina. That's fine. So they drew 2. Oh, draw cards? How many did you draw? Oh, 1 card. Okay. Not too bad. So if they score this, we can threaten like Amina into Siphon, I'm pretty sure. So this is okay. Yeah, we need that switch. We definitely need the switch. This is why I valued the card draw on that hand a bit more. So let's see what this is. Oh, wow, it's a sandbox. Okay. So I'm going to go Amina into Doof. So then they end up losing 6 credits, which is half their money. We also draw a card off of this, which is good. And it gets our paperclip down, which we need to do. Doof o'clock. Hell yeah. We actually got breakers this game. Let's see how that feels. And we drew until falsified, and we know that they have 3 NGO fronts out, so the chance of them advancing a card that isn't an operation is pretty high. We haven't got a res yet. We're going to draw into our garbage. Wow, 3 and 26 prepaids. That's a credit a turn. That's really bad. We're losing a lot of value. We got to pay 2 credits for leaving that trace. That feels terrible. They're looking for credits here? Oh, there you go. And violet level clearance. Okay, so we want to go HQ, and it's only 5 credits. So with bravado, we draw a card. Oh, it's so good here. And there's also 5 in archives. Like, we probably want to check that at some point. The issue is that we hit a Cyberdex Fire Suite, we give them money. Don't want to do that. Do we doof here? Or do we bravado? I think we doof them. What happened to credit kiting? I guess that's more of a Citadel package. Yeah, we had Citadel here on the early build, which I did off stream, and then I cut that back. But that's a really good card. The problem is it costs 0, so you don't actually get anything from prepaid for it. Yeah, we'll go in again. They lose 6 credits here. Probably have to purge next turn, and they have an awkward hand. Maybe we run archives. It's just if we hit a CVS, it's so bad for us. Because they gain 4. So this they lose 1 because of Amina. And we just want to make sure that they can't res any of this stuff here. Oh, we actually could... Oh, we can't actually save us a credit because of the way Paperclip works. But we don't have to break both the subs. We drew an inside job. That's really good. Do you think they can res something for 2 on R&D? If we steal an agenda, I think we just want to draw into Stargate. Or a Rubicon Switch. Hey. Save due for when they tried and score? Yeah, maybe we should have done that actually. Maybe you're right. That I kind of do like that. Let's show them. Let's show them the teeth. Wait, they clicked for 3? They could have purged. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, they can always purge. You don't need viruses to purge. They could have got 1 more credit. All right, well, we're going to start the squeeze where we're going to Bravado HQ. What the fuck is this deck? This isn't blockchain transaction. We got through that. We played, I think, 2 games? Oh, wait, well, hold on. Wait a second. We don't have the money for this. We don't have the money for this. What happened? Where did our money go? Yeah, I can't afford that. Hell yeah, we are. Yellow R&D? I think yellow R&D is fine. I think we just do Bravado R&D. Oh, for sure. So what's bad here? Gatekeeper is bad. Whatever. At least we'll get Los money. So if they res with Los, oh, we actually can break a Gatekeeper. Yeah, that's fine. So we actually got the money and we can derez this. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, this guy's funny. All right, now they're not rezzing it. They figured it out. Vitruvius. We're on game point if they're running, what's it called? You know, the one. God, this is so good. The fucking Rubicon lock is so rude. It's so fucking rude. Oh, disgusting. They have money now. So you just want to make sure you don't do that last click. We're, by the way, a prepaid VoicePad deck. We just don't have them. We actually could run archives and win. Actually, I made a mistake. What? Wait, what? Nah. Well, we saw the cards. Can't do that. But now I hope they understand I'm joking. It's good, yeah. I don't know if they're joking. They're not joking, are they? Uh-oh. Okay, what are we voting on? What are we on? Oh, yeah, I'm not sure if they're joking. We'll see how this goes. If not, we'll just leave. I see. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Rage stream live. Oh, man. So what does this change? Well, so it changes a lot, right? Well, they didn't draw. So we just do the same shit over and over again. There's a nice concede button up there. I don't think we need it. The problem is that now we know they're drawing agendas, right? They have a point, sort of. The issue is like the mistakes that we take back are ones that like you don't get any additional information for. I'm fine taking those back. If they didn't draw 2 cards. They drew 2 cards that would save 2 agendas. We still just go back here though. Should we inside job it? No. Like, this changes very little. This is fine. Rubicon it? We might. We probably do last click. I think we just deuces wild into Rubicon. There's a chance it's in archives, honestly. This is 4. It costs us 3 to break. So yeah, it's worth it because we get 2 on res. Okay. I think that was actually worse for them, right? Because they could have ended with 7 credits. Oh, they have a hedge fund though. Okay. So can we get through this? I think we probably can. I think we basically do, we call this as an agenda. It is, it's a Cyberdeck sandbox. So we should have Rubiconed it after the first run? No, because then if they can afford to re-res it, maybe they couldn't. Maybe there's, because if they afford to re-res it, we can't Rubicon it again. Maybe I goofed it. A very diplomatic solution? Well, they're kind of right. So here I think we just leave no trace into this. And then after they res everything, we inside job it. I'm pretty sure that works. Thinking. They only had 3 credits after? Yeah, but then we steal an agenda, they go to 5. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I have to review it. I think there's a chance you're right. I'm a bit distracted because of the politics of the issue. Kind of a bit revisionist to say undo turn after seeing 2 Repaid agenda. Yeah, but they're standing for their don't undo mistakes, you know, idea, which it's honorable enough. Okay, what do we do? So if we inside job this, they have res 2. I'm assuming there's a border control here, which is a problem. So I think we're just gonna leave no trace here, but I feel like we should spend more time. I want a dirty laundry archives, but like, oh man, if there's a Cyberdeck, it fucks up everything. Here we go. No thing, Andre, that's a you rule. Welcome to the club. We feel our way in. I hope they know we were joking too. Oh my god. So they have to res this. Okay, so we got 2 credits. So we win. GG. Oh no, this is 4. We're short a credit. So this is 4. So we let all subroutines fire and then we go back with inside job and then we win. Because this is 3 and then this is now 4. So we'll let these fire. So this trash is non-decoder factory killer. So we keep all our breakers. So we're weak to border control here. So we could, in theory, just like, I think we just inside job here. We have exactly enough. We don't do credit inside job because in theory, if there's a border control, but I think we're fucked if that happens. Quick undo, clickable now. Yeah, this does it. Credit perfect. Oh no, they're acting. Okay, I'm leaving now. I'm gonna. Thanks for the game, eh? Yeah, I think they think they're goofing around or they're proving a point. I don't want to talk to this person. In short, for those who are watching, generally the Netrunner community is like really good at if you make a mistake, specifically online, right? Like online, it's easy to misclick a button. If you accidentally click for a credit, draw a card, something like that. Like that's obviously an issue that even in like worlds they let you take back. Obviously, it's up to the discretion of the person you're playing against. But in short, if you do something and that doesn't reveal any information, like you don't gain any information from it, against me, I'll always let you take it back. Now, that's not like a rules anywhere in Netrunner. It's kind of a thing the community has decided a large to do. So like if somebody does something and be like, oh wait, I'm fucking up, can I undo that? almost always I'll say yes. Maybe if it's Worlds, I'll find myself in a different situation for sure. But the idea of like obviously like seeing more information, people are way less likely to let you take that back for sure. Good game. Hey, the deck worked. The deck did exactly what we thought it wanted to do. We drew a prepaid on the last turn, so I find that honestly felt pretty good. Do you think he knew he was streamed? Honestly, that's an interesting question because that came up last time we played that person because they made some really unfortunate comments about the restroom. But like we call it Metropole Grid Live, so it's not. I hope that's obvious enough that they're on stream, right? I love my homies that play Netrunner with on paper, but Jane, that's a very mixed bag. Demi, how's it going? That's the only bad interaction I think, if you want to call that I think I've had on JNet in such a long time. And obviously, like some people know who my name is because I make content and stuff like that. So maybe people are more likely to be pleasant. But I don't know. Is there a ban list? Is that a thing? Honestly, the game wouldn't have changed too much if they actually just provided HQ into the Hagen. Yeah, no, it would have been fine. It honestly would have been fine. We could have let it fire for sure. We would have lost a credit. How do you ban someone on JNet? I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, you're totally right, Solomon. We could have taken that to the face. It's in settings? For real? Oh, okay. Well, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. If we run into that again, then we can consider the ban list, but we'll just hope that they had a bad day and move on. I have no doubt that there are rude people on JNet. So my experience is like really tainted, probably, the positive side. But I'm not going to let that get me down. That's fine. The deck did the deck thing. You type element. Sorry. It's like 3 people in 500 plus games. Yeah, that's going to happen anywhere you play anything, right? Imagine people get really salty at bocce ball too, huh? Okay, we can't witch hunt in chat, please. Please don't do that. That's really important you don't do that. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Yo, what up? It's Diogen. We might be playing against... So Diogen prints a shit ton of decks on NetRunDB. The deck list of the week right now is theirs. So we might have to... Ooh! So we're going to hope to derez some of the stuff. Now, they have a lot of money, so the derez scheme isn't going to go too far. We do have Paperclip, though, so it's going to deal with their blockchains. But this is the deck that we started the stream with, which is... it's no win condition. I fucking hope that they put punitives in there just to get us. That would be the best con. Oh my god, the long con if they put punitives in the list. So what do we want to open with? We want to open up with Inside Job. Some way to derez would be good. We know their deck list. A very important thing is to make sure they don't score Cyberdeck Sandbox. But basically, if they don't put something in the remote server that has advancements on it, we don't run it. That's it. And then eventually they had a huge mass comps. This hand's great. This is good enough. Yeah, good luck. Have fun, dude. Diogen makes really cool decks and posts them online, and then they become deck list of the week, and then in terms of like, you know, best stuff played at Continentals or whatever, I think I rip into them a bit too much. It really bothers me, right? Because people like do cool creative stuff, and then we look at it and be like, oh, this is, you know, not particularly competitive, but that's not the point. And I wish I could view it a bit differently. Oh, we're gonna keep this for sure. If you want some perspective on decks or ideas or whatever, hit Dio up for a match. Hell yeah. If it was Dio, I'd definitely slot in punitives. Yeah, no, but I think you should. We're off to the races. All right, respect the doof. Seems good. Beanstalk. And the money. So the money doesn't matter here, right? Like protecting centers would be better. Do we do a cheesy rip on R&D? A cheesy ripperino? It's 8 agendas and 38 cards. What else are we doing this turn? We probably do Deuces Wild. We probably do Deuces Wild. Class Act. Yeah, we'll do a Ripperino. Give us the Macrophage. Okay, that's fine for them early. So we'll... Do we actually want to draw 2? I guess there's nothing better else to do. Gain 3. The Missed Bones we know is not good in this list. Unfortunately, our credits are going to be pretty shit. And we did draw this turn, but at least we got an early prepaid. We'll be okay. Diogen has made a lot of great starter decks. Yeah, Eric, how's it going? They posted their, like, what do they call it? Debutante lists, I think, which are meant to be for like newer players. So Macrophage is somewhere. We want to just make sure that we don't fall too far behind, and we're always able to contest a remote that has an agenda in it, which again, their deck broadcasts pretty heavily. So we can set up, we can do prepaid into Dirty Laundry. That's good enough. And then we have our prepaids up, which is nice. says I can't play it, but I know better. It'd be better to get a real access with that, but we'll take what we can. And I think here we just probably double draw because we want to. I'll take the Rubicon. It's gonna be hard to derez their shit. It's gonna be really hard to derez their shit. No, I think we can do it. Do an event to play next turn? No. I think we have to take the Rubicon. And then we discard 3 cards. We'll discard Miss Bones, we'll discard Paperclip, and... Did they mulligan? Stuff you should pay attention to. Yeah, they mulled, so the legwork's actually not even that bad. The legwork, unfortunately. Feels bad. Real fun to deny that deck any ice with Ankuza. Oh my god, it'd be disgusting. Ankuza into blockchain? Jesus. Okay, double ice. So inside job only goes so far. Again, if they advance that card, we know it's a 100% it's a Cyberdeck sandbox. Question is, can we get into that? If it's Whoredom, no, depending on the order. So we're definitely going to expose that. And we know it's an agenda. So it's a sandbox. That's a big deal because they have macrophages. So we can double draw here once for a boomerang, and we get boomerang inside job. We have a bravado. I'll take the casts, honestly. We'll just YOLO here. We want to keep a click left in case it is border control. Isn't blockchain ridiculous expensive to break with Ankuza? I think Ankuza is really bad with strength, not subs. Double border control, so we actually can't get in here, but we can force them to destroy everything. Which if they just throw 2 border controls out, they have no recursion. Like that's a really big deal for us. So we're gonna hopefully make them eat 2 border controls. I think they shouldn't trash the border controls here. Like 2 border controls on a server going into the mid game, it's credible. But now they're gonna have no border controls going into the mid game. Obviously scoring this is important, but I think you let it go. Interestingly enough, if we didn't draw, we would have got that. But so that's gonna give them the 5 credits, which is good. The macrophage is now on R&D, I think. So that's okay. But we have a turn here to set up. I'll take the dirty here. Actually, no, I like the card job a bit better. Okay, boomerang's good. We have the Rubicon. Preemptive 6 border controls. Yeah, they don't have preemptive. They do not have that. So we just want to get our credits up and draw. 5, 6. So 6. We can throw this out. I'm just going to get money. We already drew this turn. Yeah, we'll get the money. Runners have kind of always been rich. Not always. But generally they will outpace corpse the longer the game goes. Especially if they don't have to do much. And again, we only have to run if they put advanced cards. And they're up to 14. The Rubicon might be wrong. The wrong beacon. But what's the math here? Like, we spend 2 to derez a Whoredom. They spend 3 to res a Whoredom. Yeah, it doesn't sound great. We need the Amina, unfortunately. And Amina lines up with their ice pretty poorly. I think we just click 3. Where did the remote go? It was double border control and they popped it for the sandbox. So as long as we can contest the remote from now on, it's only 1 border control. Surveyors, we can deal with boomerangs, hopefully. We still have 3, leave no traces, and they have no ice res on the remote. So not the worst spot. Yeah. I'm really stressed about winning this game because I talked shit about the list. I can't lose to it now. Because then I'll look like I'm wrong. And that's my internet cred. That's bad. All right, remote's up. Let's go. Miss Bones will take the prepad 100%. Miss Bones only deals with the 1/3 of asset. What are we doing here? I guess we'll draw. We want a doof. Oh, Anakum's good, but these are expensive and they're pretty low tempo. Especially because we don't have any events in our... Oh, we do actually. I think we just do prepaid slime HQ. Oh wait, we have Rubicon. Ah, never mind. Oh, fine. Oh man, I would love to derez this. So this thing is 4 to break. Okay. 5 to break? Oh yeah, in the run. And it's worth breaking because we get it for free. Like we get a card back. So we broke the ice for 1 per strength and 1 per sub, and then derez it with Rubicon. Do you think the math would be quite close with Ankuza? Well, and Kusa returns it to hand, which is also very powerful. As a mass comms in hand, so that's useless until they draw into their thing. But this will scale well on HQ for sure. Now I miss the legwork. What's going to actually fuck us up so bad is SDS drone deployment. Oh my god, SDS drone deployment is going to destroy us. So diversion costs us 5, they lose 5. Doesn't look great. If we derez this, yeah, we should have Rubicon that. We also can always just boomerang it and let it fire. It's bad. Cost 7 now though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's still 5. It's for every 2, right? Not for every 1. The 2, so what's up though? Agreed. I tried this list and never really advanced enough cards for mass come to worth include. Yeah, if you get up the early, what's it called? Door to door, not door to door. Wow, wall to wall. I see why I fucked that up. It's pretty reasonable. These doofs honestly aren't good. They have way too much money. It's gonna be hard to Rubicon this list. I think we just click for credits. I think we do nothing else. Yeah, these doofs are never worth it. Oh, actually, no. I don't know. Okay, now it's at 6. Because the doofs make them have not money, which is important. Oh my god, I just want to leave no trace here. We have to boomerang appropriately, though. Ooh, that's a good play. So we can't lose our whole hand here. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Doof is credit neutral for you and they lose 5? Takes 2 clicks, though. Yeah, maybe. With the uncome draw, yeah, it's a lot better. Maybe we shouldn't have thrown out 2 here. Ah, oh, piss. I think we just hit a surveyor. This is getting away from us really hard. So what's the worst case scenario? Is like surveyor into blockchain, right? And at least then they res all their money. I think we're just gonna face tank this. And then we can always like put down Rubicon because we face tank, we gain 2 credits. Doof makes them have not money. Oh, that's arguably bad if it hits the card that we never install. Please, 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 please. This tag also doesn't matter. Please, 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 please. Please, not our lady on a horse. All right. We're gonna, fuck, it's okay. If we steal this, we're gonna lose it anyways. So Hordem here's a problem. Okay, now we have a thimble rig issue. Oh man, thimble rig every game. Thimble rig every fucking game. We can't steal that. We literally can't steal it. Because we have to boomerang this. Oh, I believe that. All right. We have a big altar. It's pretty good. That 1 in 5 is disgusting though. Holy shit. We definitely should have 1 fewer bug altar and 1 more Amina or code gate. So if we can force them to res, it's so hard. Like we need them to score this out and then we can Rubicon them out. But I don't know. They can slow roll it really easily. Why didn't you install the Amina first? Because I wasn't expecting to ping damage. Like I just wanted to bounce because I was playing around Surveyor. I wasn't playing around Massless, and it was a 1 in 5. But yeah, we probably should have installed it. Like obviously we would have gone pretty far there. Not installing this is a huge mistake. Yeah, it loses the game usually. Okay. Yeah, we're fucked. We don't have a decoder here. Rubicon? I don't want to Rubicon this stuff. We never break this. And Rubiconing this, we just boomerang it. But we never break it. Quick mistake, undo turn. Oh man, I made a mistake. Oh, this is so bad. That's fine, right? No, it's bad. We can't Stargate through this. They know our weaknesses. And right, like this is so good because in theory, doof into something makes them not score. Okay, so we have to run the remote at all costs, all the time, always. Okay, can we do that? Fucking maybe. Boomerang or Anacom? We'll take the boomerang. Okay, I almost scared myself there for a minute. It is only one Thimblerig. Don't worry. Whoredoms are an issue though. Thimblerigs, and there's 3 whoredoms and 3 macrophages. Macrophages are fine. Fuck your money. Okay, what do we do at this point? We don't, there's no other breakers in our deck, so this seems bad. Your Hubris has destroyed you every single time. And like, it's really good. It's really good that that happens and you can see Hubris destroying somebody live on air. Like, it's an important life lesson. There's 3 Mouse-Lie, 3 Macrophage, 3 Whoredom, 1 Thimblerig. This deck is looking really good. You can make it better. If you think that, it's so easy to make this deck better. Advance. All right. So actually advancing this in the matchup does matter because we will face tank this. We have to forward singles. I wish we had emergency shutdown. I really do wish we did. And I wish we had the diversions. Oh my god, the diversions would be so good. This is good enough. And at least now if we steal SDS, we can trash this. This is now still 6, okay. Might as well play Neuralium to stipe Amina. Yeah, right? Lateral growth, damn. Not something we want them to have. So we need to get our Stargate stat. And we need to start Stargating. Should have packed an exploit? Oh man. Yeah, good luck. Gotta deal with a Thimblerig. Can't exploit. Can't believe exploit's still illegal. Ruby the blockchain, you can only Rubicon a card the turn it was rezzed. So no, we can't. We might have misplayed that though. Like we aren't playing with Rubicon pressure. Like we are playing it properly. We should get the Rubicon down every turn, run something. Just to force them into an awkward situation. All right, they just drew 3. And lateral something into server 2. And again, it's not an agenda. Well, it could be an agenda, but they can't score it. So whatever, right? Stargate. We generally don't need the 3rd prepoid. There's not a lot of cards that cost that much. This is interesting. Before we lose it to damage, right? All right, Stargate 117. Pick 1 runner card and 1 core card you think should be banned on the most wanted list. Feeling pretty good. I'd consider banning APOC just because 3 influence is stupid. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't feel like anything's too out of line that I'd be upset about it. Like anything, I don't want to play against medium or indexing, but that's not gonna be there forever. Like we're looking juicy right now. Sure can't pull a hedge fund. All right, RLC. Okay, so this costs like 7. It's expensive, but if we legwork here, it's really good for us. This actually is probably an agenda considering that they haven't rezzed it. Talk about over-representation. Talk about power creep. Have you seen this easy mark card? No one's gonna play it. Ban Oboe? Nah. Unban half of the rest of the net damage stuff. Nah. Ban Oboe. Don't ban Oboe. Oboe's a good card. I assume you're here to L5R. Yeah, Majesty. Lariel, how's it going? Yeah, we talked a bit about it. We opened the FFG page. It's a total bummer, eh? It's a huge bummer. Yeah, I think this is an agenda. All right, so we just have to hit the Whoredom. Which is actually more likely to be another card considering they put Thimblerig there. I think that's a Macrophage, which is fine for us. We can trace through it. Do we pay 4 for them to deny 4? Yeah, I think so. Oh shit, we undid a click. Don't tell anyone. Ban Oboe. I don't want them to hit our boomerang. How do you feel about where Netrunner is currently? It's a bit stale, just because we haven't got any new changes since Worlds besides the Salvage Memories. I think Salvage Memories is a weird thing, because it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It's like not good for new players. It has some of the most powerful cards. For some people are exciting. I feel like the best decks in the meta right now, we're lucky there's not a competitive scene, because I think it's like super narrow and not fun for a lot of people. But I'm so excited for like very soon what's going to happen. All right, we fire.
They can probably have money because they can't really do much with the money besides put more ice on this remote. No basic action format would be a fun challenge. Ben Nee did that on his channel. He once played a game where he didn't do any basic actions, and let me tell you, it's very difficult. You have to play very bad shaper cards that let you install programs off the top of your deck because you can't draw. But Ben did it, and I think he won a game. Check out Bayokin on YouTube. He used to make a lot of Netrunner content. Came second at Worlds. What a dude. Yeah, it was Woo. Yeah, Woo is a really good one because Woo can pull from your deck. Oh, the last border control. Okay. Well, we're going to lose a boomerang. That's fine. We're going to lose it if we use it or not. We might as well use it. Hot Eureka plays. All right, so we can just run back through here. We'll take another damage. We'll be on 3 tags, but that's totally safe. This is an agenda, which obviously is really important for us. So we're just going to do that. At that point, we should install the boomerang, though, because we don't want to lose it. Install switch? Nah, we got another one. We can't use it this turn. Losing the boomerang would be a bigger deal. Wouldn't net damage screw you without being able to draw? You can't even recur Deus Ex? Yeah, well, there's a lot of things you'll lose to straight up. Like, it's not going to be easy to win, but it's like possible mathematically and physically because Ben did it. Technically, he fires the other subroutines, but they don't matter. Yeah, this is an agenda for sure. Yeah. Hell yeah, it's an agenda. All right, 3 tags. Boomas. So he paid 6 for this. We paid 2. Oh, 3. Feels good. Running last click. Well, you got to do it. Bring Proco. Why basic action when you can Proco? Yeah, Proco is a really big deal. If you mulligan into Proco, that helps a shit ton. So they're advancing just to mass comms, right? Like, that's not good, is it? Because you pay 1 and then you do this. So it's like a free advancement, but the advancement on the ice don't matter. Like, unless it's Hordem and Mouseless specifically, but then. I think we have to take the boomerang. This is gonna be a grindy game, so buckle up, y'all. Oh, Inside Job's so good. Yeah, the problem is if it's like Thimble Rig Hordem, like we have to win off of HQ, which is gonna be pretty expensive. So from now on, we just camp the remote. On that note, then we need a stupid amount of money, so I'm gonna play that. I did not have to click on those. They should definitely be advancing the Mouseless to 3. Yes. It'd be much better for them because we are going to let this fire consistently if they don't advance it. Like, they have to advance this to 3 because it ends a run. Like, that was a priority. If they advance this to 3, that remote server's fucked. Log isn't scrolled. Thank you. So credit IPO. That's fine. 7 credits. Yeah. Okay. Going to just draw cards. Anaconda was technically better. Not really. Do we Dirty Laundry Archives? Yeah. It's 5 credits. It's probably worth it. This is where you levy AR lab access, right? And then you get your Amina back. We also could put labor rights in this deck. We should probably put more breakers. Like, these are problems of our design. Do you think it's worth it for them to trash Class Act? Yes, at this point, yeah. But before, their money was pretty bad. At this point, yeah, they probably should. We have 12 cards left, and we're looking for still, like, I guess, I don't know what's Stargate gonna do. We're also looking for Rubicon. So this could be Blockchain, this could be Surveyor, and that doesn't have an advancement on it, so we don't have to run it. Them's the rules. Leave tracing be good. Would Heart be good with all those events? No, because it's 3 influence, and it is a card that you want to play right before you're going to lose the game. Not really, no. That's 3 influence. It's just not worth it, right? Like, I'd rather play Labor Rights, if anything, if we needed to. Is this a fuck it, I'll just stay tag kind of deck? Yeah, their deck has nothing that deals with tags. And we only have daily cast Class Act. They didn't even trash our daily cast, which might have been worth it. Trope Gang over here. Come on. It's not happening. Since when were vampires cool? Okay, well. We're set up, y'all. Now the problem is, like, we just have to camp the remote. This is going to be really boring television. I don't even think we installed the Onicom. We want to keep one of this. No, if they score an SDS, we lose. Oh, interestingly here is if they don't raise a barrier, we can sell our paperclip. So we're going to keep a Bugalter in hand. Atlas NA? No, we know the list. There's no Atlas. This is a wall-to-wall or an agenda they're not scoring. Your Rubicon deck? We'll get the Rubicon. We'll find it. Ooh, Thimble Riddle and Remote. Looks like R&D is open for business. Imagine having a second decoder. If we had a second decoder, this wouldn't be hard, right? Like they're on 11 credits, we're on 37. And they have nothing but ice in their deck. Right? Like this is exactly why I think you need an alternate win condition. If we had a decoder, which, you know, okay, that's not nice. Oh, there's an agenda in there. I didn't even notice. Well, we have to run that. I might have not drawn here. Fuck. Oh, shit. I didn't realize they advanced. I thought they just put that there. Okay. We got to live with this one. So 100% we shouldn't have drawn here. We have no reason to draw. Because all we want to do is boomerang on this, which we have to, and then leave no trace, and then boomerang. And like, we fucked this up really bad. It's going to cost us a game. We should not have drawn here. Could be an SDS. That's fine if it's an SDS in remote. We lose our Bugalter. We have another in hand. I made a mistake. Yeah. We fucked this up real bad. Yeah, okay. That's going to maybe cost us the game because we need 4 clicks for this remote. If they have a Hordem, though, we just lose. And I'm assuming they have a Hordem. And they can afford to res the Hordem twice, sort of. Sort of. Can't get through the Thimble? No, we boomerang it. We have to hope it's not like a mouseless that hits our second boomerang or inside job, though. Like, there's a bunch of ifs here. Yeah, this is a problem. We get in now. Would Simon Chip be an okay splash here? There's not enough father. Like, if you want to just play more programs, there's nothing we want to recur. Like, you'd rather just run more programs. There's no, like, tricks we have with Simul Chip. Undo turn. Okay, we're gonna stop ragging on that person. Do you think it's funny, though, for a second? Yeah, totally. Yeah, if we had another click here, it could be a really big deal. So if they res this for 4, there's nothing they can res for 2, so then we get through everything, and it's all about the trace on the macrophage. Then we steal the SDS and triage the Bugalter. So we look to be good. You can't break Thimble twice? I don't need to break Thimble twice, though. Simon Chip looks cash? Honestly, if I want to play cash, I want to try Rosetta 2.0. Because it seems like a fun engine. Am I missing something? Because I think we get in here. Oh, they moved the boomerang down. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, we have to hope that they forget that 100%. Yeah, you're right. They swap it and we lose. Oh, they didn't. Oh, no. Oh, we have to tell them after. Yeah, they should have won there. Yeah, there's a prompt, though. Oh, no, that's so bad. I forgot about it, too. But yeah, they would have won. A single, that's all they need is a single macrophage on the outside and we lose. Oh my god, it's so easy. Oh no. Yeah, they should have realized. That's a bummer. Because a single macrophage we have no way of dealing with. The plus side they can't score out? Yeah, that's a plus side. And then we run R&D. But yeah, that is a gift that we frankly needed. We will tell them very constructively after the game. Right, that deck sucks. I don't. The thing is, like, if we had breakers, they don't do anything. Like, if we had our Amina, like, what? We have 30 credits. You have 2. Like, what are you gonna do, right? This is why we kept another Bugalter. Like, there's no tricks to it. It's fair. And also because they're not doing anything on the board in a proactive way, which is so important for Netrunner. Oh, they moved the Thimble Rig away. No. Because they're not doing anything proactive, they just purged. Right? Like, we can just set up again. I just don't know at what point we start running R&D. We can always tilt and run R&D. Draw 2, gain 3. The issue is like if we risk the damage on Mouseless, we risk a lot because we risk losing the boomerang. And we also can't like strap the boomerang something here. We need it in hand. I'm just gonna show we have this. Set up for Stargate next turn. It's a risk though, right? Because we can't boomerang this, and we lose boomerang, like it's a risk, and then we have to deal with this. This is probably a Whoredom. The good thing is that they have 3 Macrophage in their deck, which is a really bad ice if we have money. They've also played what? 2 Mass Comms? Which at this point is like what, a 2, 4, 6, 7 credit card, which would be good for them. They have 11 cards left in R&D. Like we just camp the remote, or we probably start running HQ here, right? Like I think we just do boomerang run HQ, especially because I think we have 1 more legwork, and the legwork will win the game. Opening with Beanstalks can't be good here. Like they're gonna draw second click. I think we have 2 legworks, right? Yeah, we have 2 legworks. Macrophage is the upside of Slaughtering Freedom, which is, yeah, it's worth it. Ooh! Ooh! All right. So they played around the legwork. I like it. So inside job count, we have 2 down. So we have no more inside jobs. We have 1 leave no trace. But the biggest issue... Oh, wait, no, we can get in here. We can get in here, 100%. We just do boomerang, leave no trace, and we get in. Because they can only res 1 code gate that ends the run. Chat log got scrolled up. Oh, huge, thanks. Yo, Knuckle Guy, how's it going? So we do boomerang on this, and then we do leave no trace. And unfortunately, they put the Thimble Rig here, they would have won. So this is their game, 100%. They should have won this. They proved their point. If we just had a break, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, moving the Thimble was 100% mistake. They just put it on the outside, they win. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna boomerang this, leave no trace. So they have 1 chance here to res. Oh no. In theory, if there's a Macrophage here, we're in a bad spot. Because if there's a Macrophage specifically here, we're fucked. Or not a Macrophage, a Whoredom. So we have to guess where the Whoredom is. Right? We have to boomerang this. There's only 1 Thimble though in the deck. Yo, Cephalopod, we're playing a derez prepaid low stack, and honestly, I kind of like it. Yeah, it's a 1-of. It's a 1-of. So this is the issue, right? If we leave no trace here, we have to get through the Whoredom. So we have to boomerang the Whoredom. We leave no trace. If the Whoredom, the next Whoredom is behind here, we're in a bad spot, right? We're in a really bad spot. At least they res it. We lose our boomerang. We have 1 more boomerang in rotation. I think we have to take the play. We can always draw once for no reason. So that's cool. Yeah, we have to hope that they put a Whoredom here and thought it was safe and not a Whoredom here. If they res you, drop SG and go in R&D, yeah, 100%. So the draw was wrong. The draw was wrong. God, leave no trace is such a fucking card. Did you see this deck list reason? Petit Plafond Vert? Yeah, it's another one in Diogenes lists. I don't remember what it is. I mean, it's just damage fodder. Yo, why play Caldera? They fucked up again. Because this derezes and they only have 3 credits. They can't re-res it. So now we just run back with boomerang. Unlucky. Because now they can't res a code gate that ends the run. And we have exactly 1 click. No border control, nothing. Yeah, they're 1 credit short. If they could res the Whoredom again, obviously they don't score out. Well played. Hey, good game. Yo. Come in chat after. You 100% had this. We'll talk about it. GG already. Yeah, okay, so we're on the ropes. But this is where Honest Netrunner can be an issue. If we had breakers, there's nothing to this. So they either have to go fast enough, which this deck is a bit slow, or play other win cons. Thanks so much for these streams. As a new player, then valuable. Shemendrick, thank you so much. That's really kind. I super appreciate it. The fact that new players can like get something out of this is like the biggest deal. And we have new stuff coming in for new players. We're gonna do even better stuff. Your rep is secure, Andre. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm not gonna give him the pleasure of 4 credits. Just not gonna do it. God, you don't need Amina. You don't need Amina. It's a crutch. All you need is boomerang and inside job and leave no trace. The 3rd inside job though would be actually really good. Hey, good game. We have 2 cards in hand. Good game, dude. Replay reviews will be great. Oh, I'm so excited. And again, we said this earlier, if y'all are brave enough to send in a replay review, I promise you we'll be nice, we'll be kind, it'll be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a huge learning thing for everybody. No one's gonna get dunked on, it's just for learning. If you send anything to metropolgrid@gmail.com, we'll be able to look them on. Stream on. Yo, Diogene, good game. We lost the Amina, which made things very difficult, but there's a very easy play for you to lock the remote. All you do is you put thimble rig on the outside, and every time I break it, you put the thimble rig back one. I can't deal with 2 goat gates in a row. So even the turn where we were running before, where you had a thimble rig into the macrophage, once I break the thimble rig, you just swap it with the ice behind it, and then we can't get through the second thimble rig. So you 100% won that game. If you saw that play, you 100% win because you have a remote lock. We'd have to try and win off centrals. Forgot I could do that. Yeah, yo, Diogene, it's a huge play. And also remember at other points, and it didn't matter, but like border control, you can trade thimble rig for border control on other remotes. That's also a good play. But yeah, just trade the thimble rig down. We're fucked. We can't deal with it. No way. Also advancing mouseless to 3. Yeah, advancing mouseless to 3 also would have been huge back when that mattered, when we kept running through this over and over again. That would also have been good because that ends the run. It'd probably be worth the time. Do replay accounts for undos? Oh. Usually Amina is just a backup for what they purge happy on Amakua. Yeah, I feel like this meta is really hard to play on Amakua. Also, Diogene, I feel like in the early game, and if you watch the VOD, you can go over through all the like commentary we had on it. In the early game, I think trading 2 border controls for an agenda is probably wrong. Because imagine you had border controls at this point of the board, right? It's impossible. Border control is so good into the mid and late game. It's the most unfair card you have in the deck. And we would not be able to win if you kept the border controls. I think you trade Cyberdeck sandbags for 2 border controls because then you jam any other agenda. Good game though. One day I'll force Andre to watch my jank. The pick win, I will treasure that day. Let me just catch up on chat. As the first sacrificial replay review was great. Zendorius, cheers. I read all your comments too in terms of like the replay. I'm gonna answer some comments after the stream. And I thought you could play someone on stream, then could hop in chat after, and you can use the replay feature to discuss stuff. Yeah, I feel like we got a lot of feedback that the replay stuff wasn't a fantastic for a stream where people want to hang out and play games. So I kind of want to keep that as like VOD content. But I've done that before. To being like, if we record the games, to check out and be like, okay, this is the point where we lost, and you can see it, and you can watch my face get sad, which is nice. Thimble Rig Rover algorithm, Jinja is a fun list. Yo, Limes, you're missing what's that yellow one with the Walkman on it? That's good shit. Predictive algorithm or something? What is it? The one with the Walkman on it. Someone will know, hopefully. Max, noob question, how do you swap the ice? There's no way inherently in the game to swap ice, but Thimble Rig specifically says when your turn begins or whenever the runner passes Thimble Rig, you may swap Thimble Rig for another installed piece of ice. So this is specifically a card that can do it. So when you pass it, Jincheki.net will give you a prompt. Do you want to move Thimble Rig? You hit yes, and then you just click on the ice that you want it to move with. But otherwise, cards can't do that. Yeah, eavesdrop, Limes, throw eavesdrop in there, you have fun. Who are you doing the replay reviews with? Anybody who sends me a replay, really. That I think the replay is worth talking about. If it's interesting, if it's played perfectly, if it's played poorly, if it's a cool deck, there's so many reasons why a replay could be interesting. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, Max, ask any questions you want. That's why we're here. Eavesdrop looks like a sleeper card, TBH. It's hard to have a deck where like that is good, like where that matters. It makes anything a data raven, which is fun. That's really cool. It's weak to hunting grounds, which isn't too much in meta as it used to be, but it's really cool. Here comes my Apex, Marcus. I'll look forward to it too. I really will. All right, it's 11:40. Maddie did some baking, so I gotta go figure out what that is. I'm pretty excited about it, but that's all for today. Thanks so much for everyone dropping by. I had a really good time tonight. We built a deck. Probably should publish this list. Maybe we'll play a bit more of it. If you want to see the list, hold on. You can screen cap the list here, I guess. I don't know. Ooh, look at that. Tune it. Let me know what you think. How we make it better, how to make it worse. Either are valid. Knowing what not to do is important. We'll be back next week. It's going to get exciting real soon. We're almost March. We're going to hear new stuff from Nisei. It'd be cool. I'm stoked. I'm really stoked. It's going to be really exciting. I have no doubt. That's largely it. Thanks to everyone hanging out in chat. Everyone watching the VOD. Take care of yourself. Hopefully you're staying nice and warm. I know parts of the planet got way colder than normal. Replay sent Apex stuff. Fuck yeah. Have a good night. Thanks, Dan. Limes, great stream. Thanks, Honor. Yo, Limes. Take care of yourself. Praying for scoops. Soon. Cut Amina to get down to 45. Enjoy the bacon goods. Thank you. Will do. We'll have an annotated replay your way soon. Cheers. I appreciate it. Yo, take care, everyone. We'll be back in a week.